and welcome to the Metalheads podcast. My name is George.
This is Buke.
This is Jay in California.
And we are joined today by Will and John as well. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Will.
And I'm John.
So last episode, if you listened to it, was our coverage of the Maryland Death Fest. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it was a really good time for me. And I've been kind of having withdrawal from it, you know, a little bit of a post-MDF depression. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm feeling, missing it.
Yeah. I'm the music and stuff is cool, but also all the people that we were hanging out with, it was a really good time.
Yeah, we met a lot of great people.
Yeah, it's like, I wish we could just push a button on the computer here and some of those guys would just show up.
Hey guys, it's Dan.
Well, hey, Dan!
Hey, look at
Wow,
that.
it's Dan from the Nine Circles podcast.
Wow,
Yes,
I am so glad I did not say except for those 9 circles guys.
Wait,
Low blow, Jay.
Are we
I see how
dreaming?
it
Are we
is.
drunk? Are we high? Are we all of the above?
We are all of the above, or if not, we will be.
It's a modern day version of heavy metal parking lot.
Exactly.
Dan, it's nice to see and hear you.
It's nice to see and hear you guys. It's my first time finally making it onto the Metalheads podcast. I'm super pumped.
Let me ask you this. Does it feel and look a little fancier than your podcast? I feel like it might.
It absolutely does. Y'all have quite a setup here. I have my little tiny single condenser mic, and it's in my bedroom. It's nowhere near as advanced as you guys are. So this is cool.
Is the biggest difference that we drink beer and you drink wine coolers, or?
Whoa, dude!
And
No.
No.
I could speak. Having met them, I could speak. Those guys could put away some beer.
Yeah, every episode, I think, they're almost having a beer and sharing what they're drinking. Before we get into the podcast, if you haven't checked our friends out at Nine Circles, you can listen to them, check their website at ninecircles.co.
And like them on
Yeah.
Facebook, too, because they always put up their reviews and things on Facebook, and I have found more than one record because the 9 Circles guys were bragging about it or loving it or whatever it was. So
Yeah, you guys always find stuff that I'm like, how the hell did I miss this? So good
Well,
job.
I appreciate you guys plugging us, because then that way I don't have to shamelessly plug ourselves. So that's
Yeah, we'll do it for you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all listening and reading and all that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, plug away, and anytime anyone's on here, we encourage plugging. So,
it's all in the family.
yep.
So you just mentioned, them drinking their wine coolers or whatever they drink. Before we kick this off, Will, you being the brewer you are, and for our mid-year and end year, we always drink. What are we starting with today?
Today we are starting with So Over It IPA from Capital City Brewing Company in Arlington, Virginia. I had a day off yesterday to go do some meetings, and contractors come in the house, and for lunch on my way home I decided to stop by Cap City. Saw the lovely and talented brewer Julia, who built up a growler of this delicious IPA. I missed the head brewer Christy by an hour or so, but great crew over there making great beer, and so I decided to fill the growler and bring it and share it to you guys. So cheers,
Cheers, everybody, for our mid-year pod. This is one of our celebration episodes. You always love doing this.
And I know it's only a little after 9 o'clock in the morning, Jay, so you are excused.
It's 9:20.
No, you need a mimosa.
Yeah, how's the breakfast burrito?
It's just water this morning. We got to recover.
All right. Well, before we get into the news, I want to talk about something that probably just about everybody in the country, if not the world's been talking about for the last week, and that's Orlando. I have a particularly close story to this because I was actually in Orlando last weekend. And there was three things in rapid succession that happened there that were just fucking horrible. On Friday night, Christina Grimmie, who was a contestant on The Voice and was actually popular in this house, was gunned down at a signing at her show in Orlando, which was
I thought that was in California. That was literally in Orlando.
was in Orlando.
Yeah.
It was about 20 minutes from my hotel.
Wow,
Jeez.
I didn't know that.
And so I didn't find out about this until Saturday night while we were walking around at Disney Springs, which is where the shooter on Saturday night was hanging out before he went to Pulse. So we were walking around with the shooter Saturday night. And then, of course, later that evening, he went over to Pulse. And so, yeah, the Pulse shooting happened about 15 minutes from my hotel. So it was getting progressively closer. And then right after we left Orlando, a 2-year-old boy was snatched by an alligator like 10 minutes from my hotel. So
Freaking Orlando, man.
I'm
Jeez.
kind of glad we got the hell out of Orlando because it was like it was getting, the death was getting closer and closer to where we were staying. So
Yeah.
Yeah, as a father of a 2-year-old boy, the alligator story.
What a
not that
nightmare.
the Pulse shooting didn't hit hard, but just the thought of my son being snatched by an alligator, and then you jump into to try and get the alligator, and you can't. And as a father, you're like, shit, we're having anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
That freaked me out.
and they're like on vacation, dude. Can you imagine?
And so now, Saturday, the day of the shooting, was my 10th wedding anniversary. So now moving forward, every year we'll celebrate our anniversary and the biggest mass shooting in U.S. history. Thanks.
But happy anniversary, dude.
Yeah.
So it goes without saying, speaking for everybody here, thoughts are with everybody affected by that horrible, horrible event.
Yes.
And big kudos to the Orlando Police Department that went in and risked their lives and ended it.
Yep.
It's really weird. I don't know. I think of being up here, we're kind of in a bubble because shit gets, if you get crazies running around out here, shit gets shut down like relatively easily. The new, NYPD is just, it's like on everything. They're everywhere. They have situations, they shut them down right away. And you go to like smaller cities or like out in, whether it's Orlando or, like where San Bernardino or all these other places, it's like, I can't even imagine that fear of, just stepping outside your door and, being at risk like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's oof.
And to be there, and I mean, I'm used to this stuff happening elsewhere. And to actually be there when something like this happens and to look around afterward, that was pretty much all my wife and I could like think about and talk about for the rest of the weekend. And we're in Orlando. So of course, everything's Disney this and Disney that and Universal and whatever. And everybody's just, yay, splash in the pool, have fun, like nothing happened. And I'm like, how could I understand, obviously kids, it doesn't register, but I'm just like, man, I just can't get excited like that now.
Yeah, there's a bit of a contrast, but by the welcome to the happiest place on earth, and then something like that happens there. So.
Yeah.
Really goes to show you every morning, every day you can wake up and start again is one to be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
So,
There you go, bro. That's right. Yeah, it ends on a moment's notice or no notice at all.
Yeah.
All the more reason to feel great about seeing all your shiny faces today.
Indeed.
absolutely.
All right. Well, why don't we move on to the news then? The first news item is actually kind of related. I saw this yesterday and I thought it was pretty awesome. Pantera called out the concert industry over the Christina Grimmie murder. They were basically like, hey, Dime got murdered on stage. What did you do about it? Oh, fucking nothing. Because now it's happened again to somebody else and this is bullshit. And, I kind of got to agree with that.
Yeah, the one thing I thought was weird about this is it's Pantera calls out the concert industry. So wasn't it?
As if that's still a corporation or something.
Yeah, like it's still a band.
I was curious about that too, but
And also, she wasn't shot during her performance. She
Yeah.
was shot at a signing.
it was still at the venue.
Okay.
If there'd been more security at the venue.
But, we talk about this at Death Fest. Yeah, Dan, in all the years you and Corey have been going, have you seen security more than what Death Fest is?
No,
Like,
nothing.
Sunday evening rolls around and it's like, hey, hi, just walk in.
It was like anything goes. Yeah.
And that's sort of what I was thinking about when I saw this is like I can understand Pantera expressing sympathy and being able to relate to that situation, which is horrible, but to call out the concert industry, I mean, these are two like really freak accidents,
Yeah.
like freak occurrences that they were what
Like-
12 years
Yeah.
apart,
Like the
That
Damage
12 years
Plan
ago?
shooting, that guy, that psycho scaled a fence
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree
to
with,
get
I agree
into
with
that
Dan.
shooting.
It's like
I agree
what can the concert industry do, more than they're already doing? I mean, sometimes you just get crazies that are on a mission and they fucking can't be stopped. I mean, in general, like I don't know. I don't go to shows and I'm not like constantly worried about is the concert industry doing enough to protect me at the show.
One thing to keep in perspective is there's how many concerts around the world every day.
Yeah.
Good point.
And something happens once every several years. If you go back to I think a kid was killed in a mosh pit at a Metallica show a couple years ago. You got Randy, the Lamb of God show over in the Czech Republic. You have Dimebag Darrell, and you have this recent case. It's very few times that someone actually gets seriously either killed or seriously injured at a show. I mean, I've gotten several chipped teeth and black eyes. That's my own fault for going to the mosh pit.
And the gates coming down,
And
the
gates
parking
coming
garage.
out, which, by the way, I still have a scar. I literally have a scar for the rest of my life from that incident.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take that much for the venue to do something a little more. I mean, I think the Fillmore in Silver Spring does a pretty decent job. I mean, I got felt up pretty good last time we were there, and I kind of enjoyed that a little. But that's all you got to do. I mean, Deathfest, it was just lift your shirt. Well, my gun's in the back. Fuck you,
Yeah, I mentioned on the last episode that I was, having done security stuff for the last 25 years of my life, like I did think it was a little lax, and it would be nothing for someone to smuggle something in. I mean, it's great because we could smuggle beers in.
Yes.
But, so that part was great. But the other part, if somebody wanted to do something, it was very
Dan,
easy.
that's a really interesting point. Since you guys have passes to the other venues, is the security the same at the other venues during the Deathfest weekend?
like Ram said.
Yeah, it's actually, it's funny because Ram's Head, they basically, it's sort of like the Edison lot. You sort of go in, you show them your wristband. Ram's Head, I don't think they make you lift up your shirt the way they do at Edison lot, but they're like pretty lax about letting people in. But when you go to Soundstage, you have to take everything out of your pockets. You have to, like this and that. You have to show them your wristband. It's like really weird that only one venue would ask you to like turn out your pockets and stuff. But I don't know.
All right. So I got an email the other day from Bandcamp, so keep in mind, take this with a grain of salt that it's from Bandcamp, but they sent out a list of statistics that I thought was interesting, and so I wanted to mention it. According to Bandcamp, digital album sales on Bandcamp grew 14% in 2015 while dropping 3% industry-wide. Track sales grew 11% while dropping 13% industry-wide. Vinyl was up 40%, cassettes 49%, and CDs grew 10% while down industry-wide. So basically they were, giving themselves a pat on the back, and I think that's awesome because I love Bandcamp so much. However, those percentages are based on their previous numbers, not industry numbers. So, the industry goes down 10%, Bandcamp grows 10% based on their, possibly almost no figures from last year, but still thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit comparing apples to oranges statistically, but it is very cool. And I wonder, I guess my question to that is, how much does Bandcamp get off the top every time I buy something from Bandcamp? How much goes to the artist? How much?
Do you know this, Dan? Because Dan and those guys get a lot from Bandcamp.
Yeah,
Jay ought to know. He sells music to Bandcamp.
We keep it's the best one, and I think we keep 100% of it. But it might because what you do is you just pay a fee to get it up there, and it's a pretty small fee. And
is it in the thousands? Is it the hundreds? Is it $10 or?
Well, you get and please forgive me if I've forgotten, but it's at least 95%. It might be 100%. So whatever you sell, you get the money.
No, but what's the fee to put the music on there? Is it?
I was like $20 a year or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. And if you do it through a certain service, and I forget the name of our service, you get it in multiple places. It ends up in Google Play, Bandcamp, iTunes, and Bandcamp is the best return. That's why bands push people towards Bandcamp because they get all the money.
Yeah, I think iTunes is you get
it's like
70,
63% or something weird like that. So that for us, that means $40 over the course of the history of our album.
But Bandcamp, while it's cool because you can find almost anything on there, I don't like how some of the bigger labels are putting their stuff on Bandcamp because I still kind of like how Bandcamp is for little brother.
Yeah, but I like that you can get the FLAC files there because you can't get those from
You certainly
iTunes.
can.
There's really only 7 Digital is the only other place I know really that you can go and legally buy FLAC files.
Bandcamp is still, maybe it's me because I look a lot on my phone, it's still a bear to navigate sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
It's trying to pull up new releases. Sometimes it seems like they get buried. If you miss it one day, good luck.
Forget it.
If you don't know the album title or a band name, good luck trying to find it just scrolling through the list because there's just so much
I have better
being
luck on
dumped.
I have better luck on my feed.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
using
what
my
I use.
laptop.
Yeah.
I just follow anybody that likes metal and then go through my feed to
And-
see what people are buying.
And we know this, Nine Circles guys have been active in this. A bunch of us on Twitter have been active. The Metal Bandcamp Bandcamp gift club stuff.
Yes.
I bought a lot of metal.
Well, and then there's the Metal Bandcamp site. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
after Metal Chris told us about it at India.
Yeah.
Been following that for a while. And
Wait, is it a
it's from the Netherlands, I think, and they review metal on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's I actually know the guy that does Metal Bandcamp, guy named Max. Super cool dude, and he covers like just the full spectrum, like death, black. He has a bunch of other people he writes that write with him.
is that the totality of the spectrum? Death and black.
I mean, you
Put a nine
would name
circles
every.
good.
What about
That's
Ray?
what the 9 circle spectrum is.
That was good.
Was he on an episode of your podcast?
He was not. I only just met him this year down at Death Fest. We had like been like Twitter and Facebook buddies recently, but this was the first time we'd actually like hung out. But he's a nice dude, and he's like super supportive of just if he comes across something on Bandcamp that like he doesn't see a lot of people talking about, like he'll really wave the flag for it. Just a nice guy. So
Is it just reviews, or does he have the music up there,
The
or how
links,
does it work?
everything. Yeah.
yeah, they'll do reviews. They'll do like embeds of stuff that they're reviewing. Like it's really kind of comprehensive. So
I need to be there.
yeah,
Bandcamp is cool because there's stuff that's not even on Spotify that's on Bandcamp. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
if you're a power metal guy, you can have 70 non-Spotify bands right at your fingertips right there. Just roll from one to another.
I think Spotify might become the MySpace eventually, Buke, for some reason. I feel that way. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that might be a bit of a dying breed, but we'll see. Because I agree with you. There's a lot of stuff I can find at Bandcamp I can't find on Spotify. So
I think we need to get a Bandcamp sponsorship.
damn straight.
As much as we
Hell
talk about them, show us some love.
By the way, Buke, I just saw a band that now has their stuff on the label and them. So that you can get it either from the label or from the band. So they'll give you the digital to the band. You can buy the physical copy from the label.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll kind of alleviate some of that.
Hey.
Label taking over the space.
And I know Dan knows this. A friend of ours we know in the social world. Dan, I think you may have met him. Guys like Frank and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
These
Say-
guys.
say-
I think
say
you
no
think
more. Say no
you
more.
think
Frank
George
is-
buys a lot of albums. There are some guys who Bandcamp is clearly it shows the impact they have because guys like him are buying what seems like 20 albums a week.
That like Celtic Frosty guy.
No.
There's Greg.
Celtic Frosty is like, I mean, he's pretty active too. But Frank is like, I was looking at his collection. He has bought since Metal Bandcamp Gift Club started, which was like back in January. He's bought something like 800 albums for people.
Yes.
It's just
No
ridiculous.
Yes.
I need to know this guy.
Is Frank's real name Bill Gates? Like,
No, he works in finance, and he does really well. And he like goes to shows every now and again, but he just like likes sharing.
I was working this past week. He sent me another 2 albums, and
this sounds
Wow.
like somebody we need to get on the pod to interview him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Dan's probably already had him.
Dibs, Dan.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's
Let's
really
stop. Let's don't be sharing the ideas in this episode. You know what we should do?
Edit that out, George.
Yeah.
edit
These
that
are
out, yeah.
Corporate secrets.
Dan, look into the light.
Well, and if ever you guys need a like a power metal expert, that's his bag. He's huge into
he
power
is.
metal. He can talk about power metal all day. So yeah, I recommend getting Frank on. I'm trying to get him on 9 Circles sometime, but yeah, he's a good dude.
Right on.
At FVS Metalhead on Twitter, FVS_Metalhead, I think.
There we go. Yep, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
So
who's listened to the new Skeleton Witch song, Red Death, White Light?
I did.
You like it?
I do.
Yep, it's good. Anyone else?
I haven't. I listened to the last
No.
one that came out
I haven't.
Not yet.
just to hear what the new singer sounded like.
Yeah, and I like his band,
Wolfhammer.
Wolfhammer. Yeah, I was gonna say Wolf Serpent. I'm like, that's not the one. Wolfhammer. Yeah, I fucking love that band. So
Oh yeah. I didn't know
I
he
haven't
was-
I haven't heard this new song yet, but obviously I saw him when they came around on the Decibel tour, and he really killed it. They played a couple new ones on that set, and they won the evening for me. He's legit. So.
Yeah.
You just reminded me that I saw them on that tour too. So, and I thought he was good too. So yeah.
I like him better than Chance.
Remember when after Chance left, Skeleton Witch was going around as like an instrumental thing for a while?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Were they?
band to do that. Yeah,
After he left the first time?
the most recent time.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they had dates scheduled already, and they were just like, "Fuck it, we'll just play without a singer."
Nice.
Which is bold. I would kind of be disappointed a little bit by that, I think. But so Dunsmuir, featuring Neil Fallon and Vinny Appice, released a couple songs, I don't know, a couple months ago, and they're getting ready to release a full album on July 22nd. I don't know why it is, but I kind of like Neil Fallon's like side work more than Clutch. Like I like the company band.
Blasphemy.
I know.
Well, have you heard this, Will? Because you're going to love this if you haven't
No,
heard
I
it.
haven't.
Well, one of the songs was great, and the other one was just kind of whatever, but it was really good. You should really go check it out, dude. This is going to be pretty neat. I mean, it's basically Clutch, dude. You know, it's a little more new wave of British heavy metalist.
All right.
Yeah, you'll
I'll check
dig
it out.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I was really excited to learn that Running Wild is getting ready to release another new album, Rapid Foray, in August. I was disappointed a few years back when these guys said they were calling it quits, but like so many bands do, they came back anyway. And this is like, I don't know, their second or third album. Actually, I think third album back since they said they were going to retire. But
I was gonna say I didn't realize Running Wild was still a band.
This is their third album since 05.
I plead ignorance. I did not pay enough attention, but good, props to them.
Oh, George, do you really listen to it though? Because looking here on the Encyclopedia
Metallum.
Metallum, I'm sorry. The reviews off their last three albums, 48, 54, 48%.
I didn't care for Shadowmaker all that much. Resilient, I think it was called, was actually kind of cool. But, Running Wild was one of my early metal bands from the early 80s, I picked up Gates to Purgatory when that first came out, and then Under Jolly Roger on vinyl when it first came out. So, obviously, there's a lot of nostalgia involved here. So, unless they do something just absolutely horrible, I'm gonna stick with them. Okay. So I just heard that there's now Steve Grimmett's Grim Reaper. Speaking of another band from back in the day, and this shit has got to stop. You either have a band or you don't. You don't need to fucking qualify it with everybody's fucking name. This leads me to believe there's probably another Grim Reaper out there somewhere. What the fuck? And I think I even saw another one after I wrote this. I can't remember who it was now.
Was it Grim Reaper AD?
That's what it was. It was Entombed. Entombed is getting ready to record, not Entombed AD, and of course not with LG Petrov.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck you guys.
Well, yeah, there's what the hell? There's Venom and Venom Inc.
Yep.
There's Rhapsody of Fire and Luca Turilli's Rhapsody. It's just
Jeff Tate's Queensryche.
Yeah. They're called Operation Mindcrime now.
Yeah. Okay.
They legally have to go by that now.
And then there's Sepultura.
That's just
what are Max and Igor going around as? It's like Max and Igor return to roots or something like that. Guys.
Wait, is Andres Kisser still in Sepultura?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so one guy.
Andres and Paolo are still doing their thing. I don't know who's playing drums for him, but then Derek is doing the vocals.
Yeah.
So
I gave the first Post Max album a listen. No, I haven't listened since. They broke up after Roots, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
They kind of broke up during Roots, as far as I'm concerned.
well, no, but that's a funny thing. Like, all these folks, regardless of like what you think of the quality of the music, like Derek Green has now been in the band longer than Max ever was.
No,
which
it's
is
true.
like,
I think he
really
does.
weird to think
He
about.
does a great job. He's a great singer. I think the music has gone way downhill with each release. And I bought the first couple, and I was like, okay, they're good. I like them. But yeah, anyway, we're going way off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
So Charlie Benante of Anthrax says that For All Kings could be the last Anthrax album, but then Scott Ian quickly came up behind him and said, no, there will be more Anthrax albums.
You can't go out on that note.
So I guess I can tell there's a lot of communication going on in this band right now.
This is one of the albums coming in here today for my favorite episode of the year.
It's not controversial. It's just good.
Does anybody have it on their list? Maybe
There's going to be some fights
We will
today.
find out.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, there's going to be some fights over that record today.
Were you a fan of their last album? I guess we'll wait, Dan.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I'm not an Anthrax guy.
Okay. Have you ever been to an Anthrax show
Guilty as
though?
charged.
And have you survived the Anthrax mosh pit though?
I have not. I've never seen them.
So you're dead.
I paid
Speaking
lip
from the
service.
dead.
I have Among the Living. I have Sound of White Noise. But other than that, like I don't care for them.
Wait, you basically have the best album and the worst album.
Sound of White Noise is legit, dude.
No, that is a pile of shit. All due respect to John Bush and Armored Saint, but John Bush, Anthrax, no.
Yeah.
This is the young generation. This is the voice of
I know.
metal now.
I bite my tongue
Dan,
because you guys are younger, and so you don't have the same the same relationship with the band that us old fogies have.
Dan, you're just so young and pretty. Like I don't think you were even born when.
Hey,
before,
Dan.
when
He looks so angelic with the light coming in behind
I
him.
know it does.
Dan, don't be too shy about telling these guys to go fuck themselves. By the way,
Yeah, please do. That's how we roll.
I'm a guest. I'm being welcomed on the podcast, so I will not do that. I will just say we can agree to disagree. But no, I've never been much of an Anthrax guy.
That's all you got to say.
So.
If you leave it there, that's fine. It's when you take it a step further and insult it that it's a problem. And that's not you I'm talking about.
Don't worry, Dan. I'm the oldest one here, and I'm not an Anthrax guy either.
Don't get
All
down
right.
there.
There you go.
But that's because John is so
Solidarity.
old. He was already in his mid 50s by the time the first Anthrax album came out.
I was not. I was 49.
I was in my 40s, damn it.
All right, well, here's a band that's going to cause more debate. Opeth have signed with Nuclear Blast and are set to release their new album Sorceress in the fall. And they posted a little studio teaser, which...
Posting a studio teaser for Opeth is like trying a steak when you don't even have enough to fill up a fork for a bite.
it's just chewing on the
tip?
fat on the side of it.
Because Opeth, when you have songs that are 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes long, and you give a 20-second snippet.
Oh, I'm sure all their metal fans were like, "What the fuck, keyboards?"
Yeah,
Come on, man! It's a fucking 3-second snippet.
exactly.
Sounded pretty prog to me.
Well, yeah, it's not like they haven't been for like the last 15 years. So
I mean really prog like the last album.
I hate to say this. Opeth like used to be one of those bands that I've been into them since.
You can bash
Blackwater
Anthrax,
Park.
but you watch your fucking tongue what you're about to say.
No, I'm just saying. I've been into them since Blackwater Park, and they used to be one of those bands where like I would like a new album from them was like an event. I would put it on my calendar. I would like plan for that shit.
Yep.
And now I just like after Heritage, after what the hell was the last one?
Pale Communion. Pale Communion.
Yeah, Pale Communion. I was going to say Cusp of Eternity, but that's the song. But after the last two, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll listen to this when it comes out. Like the anticipation is not the same that it used to.
you know, the way I put it, Dan, is they have every right to go whichever direction they want, and I have every right not to follow them. I mean,
so-
because I was crazy about those
Let me-
guys.
let me ask
back
you
in
guys
the
Is
day.
that you invoking the First Amendment?
And
me
also,
ask you
by the
guys
way,
this-
Dan, I feel like you took my advice and kind of told these guys to go fuck themselves. Nice work.
Can you guys name one band today now that is still doing the same thing they did that you liked years ago?
Manowar.
No, absolutely not. But I mean,
I mean,
that's
no,
why
but the
I
point of
love
course.
like the first 3 or 4.
No, and I
Metallica
guess
records,
I'm fine with that. I guess I just hear some people, not us here, but I hear people getting just so upset, and I'm like, what do you want them to do? Play the same fucking album every time?
No, you
That's
can't
all.
do it. Yeah.
And I think I'm definitely for bands evolving. I think like one of my favorite examples of this is Amorphous. For example, they started off as death metal and they've gone into sort of a progressive, more melodic death sound. But they have they've kept up like a certain amount of energy in their sound. Whereas like Opeth, I feel like the big thing for me, the big appeal was how effortlessly they combine the progressive stuff and the death metal. And like one of their key ingredients is now gone. Like the death metal is now gone, and so it's harder for me to get up for them.
Even Amorphous had clunkers in the middle of their career, though.
The
They
whole
did.
middle section of
Yeah.
Amorphous was horrible.
I mean,
Yeah, but
did.
that was the ironic choice, though, that you chose, Dan, because Amorphous is more like what Opeth used to be now than they've ever been. You know what I mean? They kind of turned into a
Do you
kind
think the flack that Opeth gets is because for so many of their fans, they went so far from what they were?
I think Dan just nailed it. It's that juxtaposition. That was what worked about it for me. Was you said it perfectly, Dan. They effortlessly went from one to another. And it doesn't say that what they're doing now is no good, or it's just not as interesting to me personally.
Yeah, I liked Heritage. I understood. I've never knocked a band for evolving. But if I don't like it, I don't like it. And Pale Communion just didn't do anything for me. It was too prog.
I'm trying to remember something. John, you can help me with this. When Damnation came out, Was the talk like, is there going to be more of this? Or because I don't remember hearing that.
No.
that
No,
talk.
it wasn't.
No, because Mike had said it was a one-off at the time. But what I did see were a lot of bands just butthurt at shows during that 2003 tour. I mean,
Which was awesome.
We
tour.
saw that, and they kept going, play something heavy.
Yeah, play Demon of the Fall or whatever. Yeah.
not that there wasn't the internet back then, and not that Mike explicitly said we're not playing anything heavy on this tour. That never happened. Whatever.
But I have to say, see, and I would be I agree with you guys, though. I love that tour. I thought that record was great. I didn't have any problem with it or anything like that. But it felt a little better to me when it was a bit of a one-off. I agree.
Yeah. Well, and it also, I think the thing with Damnation wasn't it a companion release with?
Yes.
I mean, didn't they release Deliverance at the same
They
time?
were supposed to be released.
Yeah,
They
it was
were
supposed to be
actually
released.
released.
They were recorded at the same time.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
label didn't want them doing that. Mike wanted to do that.
But I want to say it was less than a year. It must have been 6 months or something. I remember.
That was the compromise, I think.
Yeah.
Because he wanted that whole heavy and light together on the album.
And so did I, by the way. I was really disappointed when they didn't follow through on that.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing them with John at Radio City Music Hall in a couple months.
We might be seeing them at other shows too.
Hopefully.
That's going to be announced soon.
It'll be my 15th, 16th time seeing them. I know John more than me. But I think the thing that hurts a lot of Opeth fans like John and I are is that you go to live shows and you see this killer set list of songs that they're playing that spans their whole career, and then you see what they release now. It's like, you could still play it, but they don't want to write that stuff.
Let me ask you this. Do they pull Metallica, where Metallica has some of the best heavy metal songs ever written? But when you see them live now, James Hetfield does not sing the songs like they were recorded. He sings them the new way. So it would be like, do they, when they play live, they take all the growling vocals out?
No, he still does them.
He still does them.
And that's cool, because that's what drives me nuts about Metallica, and that's why I probably never pay for another Metallica ticket again, is that I don't want to go see James Hetfield sing Fade to Black or Master of Puppets in his new vocal style, because it's like nails on a chalkboard.
You don't want to hear
Well,
it.
is that like him trying to change up the vocal style though, or is that just like he's gotten older, he can't like?
I don't care what his reason is. I don't want to hear it.
No,
It's
but
actually, it's
Dan
well
brings up
known
a good
that,
point.
he blew his voice out and went to a voice coach after the Black record, after they made the Black album. So really, it's just that he learned to sing correctly. But I agree with Will. I'd rather hear him sing incorrectly.
What were we starting to say, John?
I was going to say, no, Dan also hits it on the head there. For a lot of these guys, they're in their 40s now.
Yeah.
Just can't sing the same way. There's very few musicians that you can hear in their 50s that are singing
Fair enough.
close. I could think of maybe just a few that are still sound amazing, and it's maybe just because of the vocal style more than anything
I think
else.
John and I may be the only ones here who know this, but Bloodbath released a live over Vakin live album, live DVD. If you heard Mike on that live, he sounds rough.
Got the vinyl.
He actually sounds painful. Like when you hear him trying to do his growling vocals and that,
I have the album.
Yeah, he really sounds bad on that. And that was right around the time when things were starting to evolve and change for the band.
Yeah.
And with this, we didn't put it on the script here, but I do also want to mention too that In Flames also signed to Nuclear Blast as well.
It is actually the next item.
You mean so did everybody else in the same way?
Yeah, I didn't even know
Basically,
they left Nuclear Blast. I thought their last album was on Nuclear Blast.
It was on Epic. They were a major label band.
Oh, for a minute.
Yeah. Here's a question I want to pose for y'all. A friend of mine and I were talking about this on Twitter yesterday.
And your Twitter is?
At TCaps89.
There you go.
Do you think Nuclear Blast might be trying to pad their roster a little bit, gear up for a sale?
Yeah.
Kind of like Century Media.
It's interesting
Yeah.
you say that, Dan, because on the way up, John and I were talking about this in the beer world, where there's a certain local beer distributor that is trying to get everyone's contract, and they're overloading themselves. And why? They're probably getting ready to sell.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what you guys mean here. They buy. So Dan, what you're saying is they sign all these bands to attract like a Sony or somebody to.
Yeah, they're upping the value of their stock, basically.
Because look who's joined Nuclear Blast in the last year. We've got Opeth joining. We've got
Slayer.
Who the hell else? Fear
Paradise
Factory
Lost.
joined. Machine Head. Paradise Lost as well. Like these are bands. These are like proven commodities in the metal world.
To a label
bands,
that already has a fair amount of good big metal bands, not top tier, but good bands.
but they're bands. They're bands that have a following, and it's like you sort of wonder, like, are they trying to
Carcass, Children of
Position
Bodom.
themselves.
Yeah.
Wow, Cradle of Filth,
Amorphous.
Death Death Angel.
Maybe Justin Bieber's got some money and wants to buy a label.
Yeah, that's pretty insightful. You know, I have to let me go back a little bit too and ask you what was Opeth on before Nuclear Blast?
They were
Roadrunner.
on Roadrunner. Yeah.
Roadrunner.
Okay. And I always confuse those two.
Which
what do
I
you want
don't,
to bet?
I don't know that maybe you guys know. I get the feeling that did not end as best as Opeth wanted it to end. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say that it
I
was
think-
great at the time of Ghost Reveries,
Yeah.
and it fizzled for
I
them.
think that's why we got those live albums there, just trying to finish it and just get off. Yep.
maybe
Well-
I know Mike wanted to do those.
Yeah.
So
my theory is that the dude from Mastodon is then going to buy Nuclear Blast so that he can then stop heavy metal from being released.
really quick, you know, we talk about who they have, and you guys say, you know, trying to up their value. I'm just scrolling through this list. Satyricon, Soilwork, Sepultura, Slayer, Soulfly, Suffocation, Testament.
Got any S bands?
Symphony X.
it's a solid. I mean, it's a really good roster.
It's a really good roster, but the other thing we were talking about is like these are in not all cases, because you know Nails, for example, just joined Nuclear Blast and they are still very much I think motivated creatively, but like there are a lot of bands on there that you know are just big sellers, but have kind of
Ethereum.
like I was gonna say like who have peaked creatively, or who you know may just be at a point of like coasting. You know I love them
Like
to
a
death.
Slayer?
Slayer. I was gonna say I was like Amorphous. I love them to death, but you know like are they gonna break any new ground at this point? I don't know. Probably not. Blind Guardian, Machine Head. Like these are bands that you know like their best albums have already come out, and
Well, it's interesting you bring up Amorphous because I agree. They've done the same album since Eclipse, but they're one of the few bands that can do the same album and it still sounds awesome every album. There's
Right.
really only a handful that can do that. So maybe they see the opening now that Central Media is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we shall find out.
Speaking of James Hetfield and the way he sings, apparently he just did a guest vocal on a new Heart song called Beautiful Broken. Or is it Broken Beautiful? I didn't write it down. I think it's Beautiful Broken.
there's a new Heart song.
Yeah, apparently there's a new album coming out, and the song was a little heavier than a typical Heart song, and James really didn't do all that much in it, like a line or two.
But he did exactly what you dislike about him.
Yeah, it was very, you know.
It was very out of place. It was like
I make my
this
point.
hard rock song, and every once in a while, like some auctioneer jumped in and went, you know, it was just not.
So he did Jim Brewer's impersonation of him.
A caricature of himself.
You nailed it.
So according to XM Radio, they say that Metallica is now mixing the new album and will release it before the end of summer. Now, previously, we'd been led to believe that we would not see this album until next year. So being that it is now June, that means this is kind of imminent, possibly.
Hashtag Lords of Summer.
God.
Yeah. Hashtag I
Dan
don't
just
care.
wins the pod.
Yeah. Well, I liked Death Magnetic, so I am
Yeah,
cautiously
and
optimistic.
This is a point of contention on the pod. Dan, what's your thoughts on Death Magnetic?
You know, I liked it when it came out because I had heard Saint Anger and was not a fan. And, you know, Death Magnetic, I liked that it was a return to the old style. However, it hasn't aged well.
Yeah, I agree.
I went back and listened to it about a year and a half ago, maybe. And I was just like, wow, this
okay.
feels kind of forced.
Dan, me and Dan, we got the same mom or something, dude, because I'm telling you exactly how I feel about that record. It was okay. I listened to it at first. It was like, it was pretty cool, but it just doesn't have any legs. It doesn't last.
I disagree. I still like it.
Fair enough.
I kind of agree with you guys where it was far superior than anything they've put out since the Black Album, and I hate the Black Album. I hate everything they've
I
done.
hate that album, too.
I hate everything they've done. Death Magnetic at least was one thing I did like about Metallica is their last song on all the records is usually the fastest, heaviest, and so you had like My Apocalypse. There was a few songs on that album that I actually really liked. There was a lot that I didn't like, but at least it was listenable.
Yeah, they went back to the old format of second to last song on the album is an instrumental, then the last song is the heaviest song, or fastest
And-
song.
But it's still not. They'll never ever do Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, Justice for All, Kill 'Em All. They'll never do it.
Not to get in a long discussion here, but can they though?
They-
With the fan base that they picked up after the Black Album, can they?
I almost would say that if they picked up all this big fan base, and a lot of this was happening I can tell you, it's 1990, November 1991 or whatever, when the Black Album came out. So they have a good 25 years of this meandering rock and roll, quasi-metal horse shit.
Because
that
what
they've
do
been
most
putting
people
out.
hear on the radio still? They're not hearing your disposable heroes.
Are those same people in the last 25 years who like the Black Album, who like Load and all that stuff, are they still following around? Or are they either not following around, or they like them so much that I'll bring in Opeth. They'll listen to anything that they put out now. So instead of getting lighter, they're getting heavier. So will they still listen to it? I don't care. All I know is if I want to hear another Metallica album, I want to hear Master of Puppets again.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, no matter when they came into the band, is going to go, that new Metallica album's too heavy for me. If they liked Metallica, I think they're going to like it, even if they fucking put out a death metal album.
But
Right.
no,
and here's the
nobody
point.
is
They're
gonna
so
say-
popular now, even if they put out a death metal album, they're still going to sell 1 million records.
Yeah.
Of course. And nobody will ever say, though, that with the next Metallica record, whatever it may be, or the next 5, this is the one we're going to remember them for. That's not how it's going to be, man.
No, it just doesn't work that way.
Good point.
And I think like the whole, like people talk about like after the Black Album. I'm a fan of the Black Album, but especially after that, you're talking Load, Reload, Saint Anger, like that dark period. They're changing it up, and then it's all of a sudden like this whole idea that bands need to like course correct and like go back to their roots. It's like, no, like if you want to change, if you want to do something different, like own it.
Do whatever you
like
want.
like I don't have to. Do I need another Metallica album? No,
Then it's a good point, and I'll use your own words to reiterate. Then I don't have to like it.
Right.
Yeah, didn't we just have this conversation 2 minutes ago about
Yes,
Opeth?
we did.
Well,
Yeah, and it's just the same conversation. It really is.
It is.
Yeah, Lars says that the album's going to be more diverse than Death Magnetic, which could be a good thing. But I also think about when Metallica got diverse and we got something with Lou Reed that was a giant steaming pile of shit. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I am the table.
Load is diverse. Load is their idea of diverse. So we'll see, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a load, all right.
Yeah.
I wish, we were older and, we're all friends.
Really?
I don't want to be older.
No.
You want to think that one over again?
No, I'm talking about myself. I wish I was your gentleman's.
Pronouns are important. I wish I was older.
Okay. I wish I was your guys' age to see.
No, you don't.
No. Okay. I wish I was around and friends with Will when that Black Album came out to see the excitement. Yes.
Oh, I can tell you exactly. It was like, what?
Yeah,
What?
it was.
Wow. What
wasn't
sports
even-
is this horse shit?
My friends weren't even mad. They were just like, huh? What happened?
Yep.
I always think
I liked it.
Here's a question for you guys. People always mention Metallica. They always mention the Black Album. Megadeth kind of had a similar trajectory.
Oh,
Do we
God.
think like Megadeth gets more of a pass because they didn't make it quite as big as Metallica once they?
I think it's a very good
I
point.
don't.
Sold
I
out
think it's.
for-
I think it's because they were. Their success came through their more classic records, and they stuck with that for longer than Metallica did. I personally think
They didn't make a ton of money off Risk.
Yeah, I guess the way I put it is that Metallica suddenly got commercially accessible, extremely popular, with a whole bunch of people that I knew in high school and college that were listening to Dave Matthews Band. Now all of a sudden, Metallica's cool because they put out this Black Album, which was this commercial, in my opinion, commercial piece of shit. And suddenly they started, they doubled their fan base, and you had all these people who suddenly are, Sunday going to a Dave Matthews concert, and the next day going to see Metallica, and they like them both. And
Because-
well, I got a whole thing about this though too, dude, and it's that because I was worshipped them, and up through like Master of Puppets, and then Cliff died, and less so Garage Days Revisited, but that's a great record. That James was like this surfer dude. They were always wearing Misfits shirts. They were always saying, "We're never going to make a video. We're underground. We're this and that and stuff." And it was like they were your band, man. And then that all changed,
Yeah, I think Dave maintained his asshole status the whole time when they were putting out shitty albums.
There you go.
And I don't think Metallica was more polished in their look. So yeah, they grabbed all these non-metal fans that wanted to become metal fans.
Yeah.
How many people did you know that were listening to Dave Matthews, that were listening to Countdown to Extinction, into Euthanasia? It was still Megadeth and metal fans.
I mean, it goes beyond that. It's like all of a sudden they cut their hair, they got these earrings, their hair's spiky. Like it was a whole,
There were
Bob
some
Rock came in
infamous-
and said, "We need to make a boy band.
There
We're
were
going to
some
make
infamous
Metallica
press
into a boy
photos
band,"
where-
and it just everything changed.
Because Dan, to your point, Megadeth went global with Risk by going on to, was it WWE WWE or was it the other one at that time to play
WCW.
to play Breadline or whatever? And I was like, that's it. You've ruined my fucking wrestling tonight.
Yeah.
What are these photos, Dan? I want to hear what you were going to say.
Well, no, there were some promo photos where like Metallica had not only cut their hair, but were also like wearing eyeliner and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh man, why?
I cut my hair when Metallica cut their hair, but not because of it.
That's why
I cut my hair because the Marine Corps made me.
Alice in Chains unplugged album. Friends don't let friends get haircuts.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
He was sitting right in front. Wasn't Hetfield sitting right there?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, so but first, what are we drinking?
Thank
Because
you.
this is one of the greatest stouts I've probably ever had.
John.
Say it. Lead into that again, then.
So before we get into new releases, we have switched up brews, and we are having possibly one of the greatest stouts I've ever had, John.
Yeah, this is by way of Will. He gave this to me bought it for me a while ago. This is Abraxas by Perennial. It is a Imperial Stout, and I could go into more details of what's in it, but I'm not going to. Maybe if you want to, well, I don't care. But it's
got
A whole lot of yum yum in there.
yeah,
It's got a whole bunch of spices.
It's like the sirens are singing to me in a
Yeah.
glass.
and it's outstanding.
It's considered in the beer world one of the white whales. It's one of the best beers, highly rated beers ever. And
That makes me think of the fucking Mastodon song.
What's it called again? Say the name of it.
Abraxas.
Am I going to find that on the West Coast anywhere?
Not
you're
now,
cool
you're
enough.
not.
Yeah, at a specialty store maybe when it's released, but they
Yeah.
go fast. It's from Perennial in St. Louis, I believe.
Is it made with hippies? And you're not going to find it on the left.
Yeah, they chop up hippies and they put them inside.
Yes, there are some hippie breweries out west. Yes.
Yeah. So, new releases, George.
So the first one is a split between Bluthaus Nord and Evangelist called Codex Obscura Nomina, or Nomina. I'm not exactly sure how my Latin words go, but yeah, I am a Bluthaus Nord fan. However, this is one of their. They do a variety of types of music. Well, the one dude that is Bluthaus Nord, and there's like metal stuff, and then there's like the other stuff that's sort of an industrial, instrumental kind of drone ambient stuff, and that's what this is. Both songs on here, actually, the Evangelist song, it was like they have like one long song that I didn't listen to. There might have been some vocals in there, but it was interesting. But it's nothing that I'm gonna like listen to a whole bunch.
Yeah, I went through this yesterday as well, and I just the Evangelist song is fine, not great. The Bluthaus Nord, there was one of the four that I think was like something I would want to listen to again.
Yeah.
And the rest just didn't do it for me.
Next up is a highly anticipated album.
And a highly debated album, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's the new Gojira album, Magma.
Aha!
Now, I don't know about the rest
Get a
of
little one
y'all,
word
but
from everybody
I
around
like
the
it.
table. You like
One
it, George?
word from everybody.
Sure, or well, several words, but just your kind of synopsis on what you think so far.
Overhyped.
Solid.
Oh, nice. You know what? I'm gonna go solid too. It's interesting.
I'm with you guys on that. I think it's solid.
Evolved.
I had extremely low expectations for it. I actually stayed up till 11 o'clock at night. It was released on iTunes, and I listened to it, and it's better than I thought.
Oh, great.
I said overhyped, but I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe
don't either.
because I saw someone talk on the internet and everything going into the anticipated albums for probably the last couple years. We were holding on hope for this. I don't know what I was expecting.
No, Buke, I think they're all overhyped. Gojira, you every next one, and I don't know that they've ever reached the level of greatness you were hoping for, at least speaking for myself, which is not to say they don't make good records, because they do.
Yeah.
I feel like Gojira is kind of going down the road of Mastodon. They had some really phenomenal records, and when we did our top 15 or top 10 albums the last 15/16 years, Leviathan from Mastodon was one of the big ones. But if you listen to Mastodon now, it's like a different band. Gojira is not quite like that, but they're getting a little bit more progressive, a little bit softer. The edge is coming off a little bit more, which each record, I haven't delved that much into this one as much.
Is this their Black album?
No, I don't think it is. It doesn't. No, it's not. It's not a complete change. It's been subtle, but it's
Also,
definitely.
well, they're too arty to ever make a Black album. They're kind of an arty band, They sing about things that most metal bands don't. So I don't think they'll ever go that way. They're still kind of a thinking man's metal band, I think.
I've always thought they were a progressive band since from Mars to Sirius. I just think they stripped their sound down on this album is what they did, and I don't want to say they polished their sound, but I thought they're a little tighter with their sound and
like
in their approach, maybe not in their playing.
I like the clean singing stuff.
Which he's slowly been doing more and more since Mars.
I don't think he's.
But at least he's doing it well. I will say that.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think he's the best clean singer I've ever heard, but he's certainly not the worst. So
He's gotten better, don't you think?
He frequently reminds me of Al Jorgensen, actually.
Really? But it also fits with what they're doing, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I will say this. They are one of the most unique sounding metal bands.
I'm also surprised in this day and age, too, that they've all stayed as one.
It's the same band. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
There's some brothers in there, right?
one
Two of
thing
them are
that-
brothers. And,
Yeah, one thing to very much keep in mind, speaking of that, is I think this album is from what I read very briefly, it's an ode to their mother who died.
Yeah.
It's a very dark, kind of sad album, and so some of the filler, like there's like a first song and the middle song. The first song's not filler, but it's a little bit weird. And I think George pointed out either in a text or a phone call, it is a weird song to open the album with. But the last song is just an instrumental sort of bongo filler thing, and then and there's like another song in the middle. And Gojira's always sort of done these instrumental. And everyone's going to hate that I'm using the word filler, but it's kind of filler.
fair enough. All right, next on the list.
We have Nails and You Will Never Be One of Us.
Did you hear it yet, Buke?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
All like 30 seconds of it.
Yeah. George used a description today. He said he was going to use it on Twitter that you can listen to it as you walk to your mailbox to get the mail.
It's true.
It is unusually short. I mean, not unusual for them. Obviously, their last album was short as well, but unnecessarily short, perhaps, because they're good songs, but they just don't, they're like 2 minutes or less, most of them.
And this is a great point to bring up that whole conversation we had a long time ago about the difference between an LP and an EP. There are EPs out there that are way longer than this LP.
Yeah.
Longer than their whole catalog, probably.
Yeah, Noisem is the same way. It's considered an LP, but it's really damn short.
Yeah,
But
There's
great
one on my top 10 list that is borderline EP, LP, but it's on my list. We'll talk about it when we get to it. But yeah, that's a tough thing.
Nails was interesting because I definitely like it, but I had read so much hype about this. Decibel in particular was saying, "Is this the album of the year?" They gave it a perfect 10, blah blah blah. And it's funny, like this versus Gojira. Like I had higher expectations for this, and I liked it. I had lower expectations for Gojira, and I really loved it.
Did you put that on Facebook?
In some form, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Something like that.
literally what you just said. I think I liked something either on Twitter or Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stalking you.
Oh, just somebody to stalk on Facebook. You can't do much better than Dan.
He's so young and pretty.
Yeah. So
run,
next,
Dan, run.
Rib Spreader and Suicide Gate, A Bridge to Death. I saw the guys from Wombath post this.
Have you heard this yet?
Oh, I love it. Right up my alley.
Yeah, it's the I don't know how to say his name, Raga Johansson, who's like pretty much the one-man Swedish death metal scene.
Yep.
My 2 cents is that I've never heard of this band before, which I'm surprised. I looked them up on Spotify to try and find this album. Could not listen to some of their older stuff, and I cannot believe I did not absolutely love this band earlier. It's awesome. I like it. And not the new one. Some of the old ones I heard, but the general sound of the band I really like.
Yeah, he's in. I mean, isn't he in Entrails or something like that? And he's in like a dozen different bands. He's like the Don Svano of. Wait, he can't be the Don Svano of Swedish death metal. Don Svano is the Dan Svano of Swedish death metal, but he's in a lot of shit. So. And the final the second to last nude release.
Why not?
Well, hello there.
Our next new release is the new Throssenblot album, Throssenblot 3 Metathonia. And I am going to keep it short right here because I'm going to talk about this at length later, but it is awesome. Has anyone else listened to this yet? I know Dan has.
Several times.
I actually have not. I've heard the preview songs. I didn't get to listen to it in full.
You
yet.
Facebook liar!
I didn't get to listen to it in full yet. I actually Will, I actually did include that in my Facebook status yesterday, which you might have seen. That I was going to listen to it, and then I ended up getting busy at work. I didn't have a chance to.
I know how that goes.
It is on my list for sure. Highly anticipating it. So.
All right. Well, I will go into that at length later.
It feels like a spoiler alert.
Indeed. Final new release is the new Wayfarer album, Old Souls. We got the promo for this, so I listened to it a couple weeks ago, and, well, I sort of listened to it a couple weeks ago. That kind of background listening while you're doing something else, and I wasn't all that impressed. However, when it released yesterday and I got the flack on Bandcamp, I sat down and like paid attention to it. And it is actually a really good album. So
you loved their last one, Children of the Iron Age. You and I both.
Yeah, it was very good.
I like it.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to put in some more time with that.
Very cool.
So here we go. The reason we all showed up today.
The top 11 albums of the mid-year 2016.
This is it.
In case we didn't mention it to you, Dan, I forgot until this morning as well. This list goes to 11.
Oh,
Because all our lists go to 11 because it's like one more.
I forgot
Can you
about that.
add an album? Yeah, George forgot to mention it. Could you add an album real quick? If not, don't worry about it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I have 7 honorable mentions, and I know what the first one out was. So
Okay.
I'll,
All right. Well, actually, Neutrino declined to do a number 11, so
Of
we're going
course
to.
he did. That's not.
He was like, "Fuck you guys! I'm too metal to do an 11."
So his number 11 is like some evil, dark, black metal shit.
Yeah. So we'll start with Dan, number 11.
number 11, I am going to go with a group from down in Texas. Got some strong ZZ Top influence, some real bluesy influence. Wofat.
Yes!
Love me some Wofat. I only found out about them a couple years ago when I forget what the hell the name of the last album they put out was, but this one is Midnight Cometh. It's 6 songs, and this thing is just riffs for fucking days. It's
Dan, let me just interrupt you for tell you. You might be glad to know then that this and I can't remember the name of it, but the Neil Fallon thing also has what the guitarist from Wofat, that thing we were talking about before with Neil Fallon and Vinny Appice.
Get out. I wasn't aware of that.
You'll be
That's
also
good.
happy to know that the my buddy Steve Jones and I can know his name, is going to kill me. PSU Chipper on Derek Davis, the brewers at Oliver Ales, they make an official Wofat beer here in Baltimore, and we were trying to get there during Death Fest, didn't make it, but Oliver Ales in Baltimore makes a beer for Wofat.
So anyway, you were saying,
All right.
I think you were.
Yeah, no, I love the riffs on this thing. I listened to it for the first time like on the way down to Death Fest, and I kept playing it over and over again. You've got some, as you would expect from Wofat, you've got some longer songs on there. There's one that's almost 11, a couple 9.5-minute songs, but just all throughout, like they're never boring. Le Dilemme de Delanu is my personal favorite. There's some really cool riffs on that. There's one called Riff Born, which is just like that is this band in
that's
a
a great
nutshell.
song.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I think it's much more accessible than the last album, which I still liked. I have to look it up because
The Conjuring?
The Conjuring. Thank you. I'm all about it. I think it's great. So
Fuck yeah.
Midnight Cometh.
All right, John.
All right, anyone who knows me knows I'm probably going to have an instrumental band, and I'm going to have at least one prog metal
have the
band
same
on
one.
here. But I'm going to go halfway around the world for my number 11. It's a band that I'm actually been talking with and trying to score for us. Wilderness King, Mystical Future, atmospheric black metal band. You have to listen to them to get the sound. I mean, it's no different than some of the other ones, but I think they do some unique stuff with their sound, and it's good stuff.
Yep.
Some of it kind of sounds like Death Heaven a little bit.
A little bit, but I think they're more dynamic with their sound. Definitely. A little more energy, too, I think.
Cool. Will?
My number 11, Wayfarer, Old Souls.
Right on.
Look at that.
Somebody was paying attention.
I
You didn't just add that because George
No,
mentioned new
no.
releases, did you?
I will show you at the end. My list is typed up, is not edited, and I printed it out before I left the house. But I did recently just start listening to this because it was in the box, and I realized it was released, I guess yesterday or whatever. But been listening to it, and what's weird is, and there's a theme here that there's a bunch of bands I've been really liking a lot that sound a lot like Opeth, even though I am not the Opeth fan or
There is only one Opeth fan.
His name is John.
Only one person has to call themselves that.
but it's awesome. I like it.
Excellent. Jay.
All right, this was the latest entry to my list, and it's the 11th album, but it was the newest record that's on my list. You Will Never Be One of Us by Nails.
Cool.
All right.
Aha.
I'm digging it.
Yeah. All right. Butte.
It's heavy, man.
It's
This is
super
one
heavy.
George recommended to me. When George mentioned it, George says, Buke, you'll like this. Check it out. Number 11 from Colombia. Sorry, it's from Portugal. Destroyers of Awe. Bleak Fragments.
Nice.
Pretty cool death metal album, melodic at times, but right up my alley.
Yeah, it's a great
Destroyers of
album.
Awe.
Right on. My number 11, friends of the podcast now anyway, Hyperion, Seraphical Euphony.
I was wondering how
Okay.
many lists that was going to show up on.
It's obvious our lists are going to be diverse.
Yep. All right, let's do Neutrino's number 10. His number 10 is Disaster: The Oath of an Iron Ritual. Would you like to talk about that, Neutrino? No?
It's a great
Okay.
album. It's a great album.
All right, moving on to Dan.
My number 10 was, it's one that has moved around on my list a little bit. When it first dropped, I was like, oh my God, instant classic, best album of the year. And as I've listened to it a little bit more, it's kind of fallen off, in my opinion. It's still very good. Cobalt, Slow Forever. I adore the sort of combination of that sort of like Western, almost like American, like dark Americana influence with the metal aggression. I think Charlie Fell does an amazing job on the vocals. What's brought it down for me is I think the album's a little long.
It's a little long.
I think there are certain moments that like King Rust comes to mind, Final Will, like
Dude, Elephant Graveyard. Jesus Christ, that song is so good.
yeah. The first song, Hunt the Buffalo, is amazing. But yeah, I think they could have done a little bit of editing on this thing, trimmed it down a bit. But it's very good. I enjoy the hell out of it. So, Cobalt.
And a lot of people like it.
A lot of people like it.
John.
Dan, you just basically described the theme of my list. I have excessive burnout on long albums this year.
Yeah, John and I were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I won't talk about in relation to what, but
Just overall, I think albums are longer than normal. So with my number 10, I'll pick one of the longest ones for the year.
Nails.
Shamash.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like a replacements release. They just play the same song over 40 times. No, I'm going to go with Vector, Terminal Reflex. Mm-hmm. I love it. My only issue with it is I at some point start to burn out. So, but I think it's a great album.
Jay shaking his head.
Pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's been the theme for me this whole year is that I love stuff and then I start to kind of wane because it's too much at some point.
Do you think it's because they're playing thrash
Not at
like
all.
they do? Okay.
It has not. No, but
minutes at a time?
I've got 4 long albums in my whole list, and they're all different genres.
Okay. Well,
My number 10, Church of Misery, and then there were none.
I forgot about that one.
Gotta love some serial killers.
Yeah,
can't say I've heard that one.
yeah, it's good. It's like a heavy doom kind of.
Yeah, and all they talk about is serial killers. Every song's about a different serial
Yeah.
killer, basically.
Morbid.
like metal.
Okay.
Should be.
Jay.
Interesting.
Come on, Liz.
I'm just a little shocked because I swear to you, I think we are going to have some crossover here. And with God as my witness, John, that is the same thing I was going to say about my number 10, which is mine is Vector, Terminal Redux. And when it hit me, I loved it. It's exhausting, though. It's a little too long. Some of the songs are too long. And I have a feeling it's going to fall off my list. But it's an amazing display of musicianship. I mean, they're crazy. But yeah, man, there's just something a little bit long-winded about it. So here I am, like being hard on my number 10.
I think, Jay, you and I like the last song maybe for the same reason. We both quoted that as On the Turning Away
by Pink
by
Floyd.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
It's like it's on the turning away until the last phrase. And
Yeah.
Jay, when I made the comment about you shaking your head, I thought you were shaking your head because you thought John was putting it too far down on his list because you've been talking about this a lot lately.
I love to see that we are exactly the same on that number 10, but I have a similar thing, just like Dan said with Cobalt too. I'm a little bit shying away from this more than I was when it first came out. And it's purely because of the exhausting length. Listening to a thrash song for 13 minutes is kind of hard. Anyway, moving on. That would be you, Duke.
Sorry, I was looking at something on the side. My number 10. I think this may be higher on some other people's list, but it fell here. Maybe because it came out a little early in the year, but I was really excited for it. In fact, I searched out a promo for it for the pod here because I was excited. Flesh God Apocalypse King, number 10. Nice.
Number 10.
I think this is a band that's continued to grow a lot with each album, and this one's a masterpiece. A bunch of different sounds you get on this album.
Including German opera.
Yeah, things that you wouldn't expect from a band like this. Pretty cool.
Definitely. My number 10, Borknagar or Borknagar, if you will.
Yeah,
Winter Thrice. That's all I got to say on that.
I'll drink with you.
I don't have anything else to drink because we're having a wine tasting over here as slow as we're drinking.
All right.
This is like a 12 or 13% alcohol beer. Yes,
It's
you
amazing.
should sip it.
It is amazing.
It is.
Neutrino's number 9 is Nordjyvel's self-titled album. That is also a good album.
Don't know what that is.
I thought you heard that when he sent it over.
Oh, you're right. Yes. I like that album a lot.
There you
Are
go.
you sure
Yes.
he wasn't just mashing his keyboard when he was writing his bands?
Yes.
Yeah,
That album is really cool.
Gerben flew.
Actually, it's a giant joke because all his bands are just a giant bukkake segment.
And I am just fucking with you, Neutrino. I have the highest respect for your taste, my friend.
Let's move on to Dan's number 9.
My number 9, I'm going to grab my drinking horn, put on my fur, and board my ship up to London, Ontario, the most Viking landscape I can think of. And I'm going to talk about Sigartyr.
Nice.
And their new album, Northern. Not Northern, Northern. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, spelled wrong on purpose. It's really good. First album from them in 6 years, or from him, I guess. It's just like the one dude that runs the show. But yeah, terrific, just absolutely epic stuff. It's 9 songs, more than an hour's worth of music, but it really doesn't drag at all. Just very, very like moving, forceful, Viking-like.
Can you spell it,
throughout.
please?
The band name or the album?
The album.
Northern, Northen. And the band, of course, is Sig:*R:*Tyr.
Yep, got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
So highly recommended. I'm not like I've sort of for the most part I moved out of my like interest in Viking metal, but this was a nice pull me back in kind of thing, and I really dug it. So yeah, number 9.
I love hearing when you guys get excited about something like that. That makes me, that's why I love doing these lists, because I search it out.
Yep. Me too.
John, Big John, number 9.
My number 9 is something that's bounced up and down my list from like 5 to out of it back in. But it is Cult of Luna and Julie Christmas, Mariner.
Aha.
I like it. I'm a fan of all their stuff, and I like this one too. So
Excellent.
Of Luna. Okay.
I want to step in here before we move over to Will and let him explain what we are drinking now.
So far we have an IPA. We had one of the most amazing imperial stouts, and today we're going to have the Cascade Brewing Oak Age Sang Royale. It's a what they consider a Northwest sour style sour ale.
I am loving this.
Ale aged in red wine barrels with grapes, 2013 vintage. And I will say this is one of the beers from the Holy Beer Metal Bible, the Brutal Truth Guide to Extreme Beers. So cheers, gentlemen.
I'm seeing that around here, Will, right now, is some sour ales that are aged in Chardonnay barrels and things like that. So that's getting to be a thing, or maybe it's always been a thing. You'd know better than I.
That's a sour, all right.
It is.
Yeah.
pucker up, baby.
Because we have a whole bunch of imperial stouts to go through too. So thought I'd change it up. Yeah, we do that at my current brewery, Atlas. We take beers and age them in wine barrels, and then add a little bit of Brettanomyces yeast in it, and turns out.
And Bob's your uncle.
And Bob's your uncle.
Number 9, it Will.
My number 9, Conan Revengeance.
Fucking forgot about that album. That's such a great album.
It is good.
Heavy. One of those Conan albums you put in, pounding you with the bass.
I'm dying to see Conan live because like the amount of amps and how ridiculously heavy it is. I just do not want to see Conan first thing in the morning after eating fish tacos at Death Fest. Any other time is good.
It was a great show too.
Jay.
Number 9, we will be crossing over on some lists here, boys. So my thunder was stolen here. Flesh God Apocalypse King. Needn't make any more comments than Buke made. Jesus.
Man, you're slurring more than us. And
Yeah.
Jay.
You can't see through those grandpa glasses.
got a burrito stuck in your throat?
Okay, to move along with the list, this one, just like John said, has bounced up and down my list. I was really high on it when I first heard it in the year. It just fell off just because I didn't listen to it with so much other stuff coming out and being a dad. But this is Destroyer 666 Wildfire. This album, I was a fan of the band, but this album really took them to another level for me. I will save some of my comments because I feel other members may have them higher, but kind of bummed that we missed them on Death Fest this year when they had to pull out. So Destroyer 666 Wildfire. If you like classic 80s, early 90s thrash, this is your band.
Right on. My number 9 is one that I just heard yesterday for the very first time, and I wasn't sure what to do with it. I was like, does it go on my list? Is it an honorable mention? Does it go really high up on my list? Does it go low on my list? I couldn't decide, but it ultimately it came in at number 9, and this is the unusually named Slice the Cake and Odyssey to the West. Right. I don't know if I know John's heard a little bit.
I listened to it
I'm
yesterday.
not familiar.
I told John about it yesterday. It's a rather unusually named band, and it's actually a 2-part album. There's also Odyssey to the Gallows, I think, is like a single 20-some-odd minute track. But it's mostly just like noise, so I didn't include that. There's some controversy surrounding this album because there's like 3 guys in the band plus a composer who composed the music, and after working on the album for like 3-4 years, everything was done, and the composer was like, I think you're an asshole, and I'm gonna take this and have some other band do it. And the band was like, haha, fuck you, it's already recorded, we're gonna release it anyway. And so there's been drama around it, let's just put it that way.
So you're saying that there's going to be some other dude, his name, and then Slice the Cake as the band name?
Yeah, probably. But it's like this prog death meets like the campiness of power metal. It's a really long, really complex and diverse sounding album, and despite the name of the band, which is a bit unusual, it is really worth checking out because it's just kind of wow. So this could move up my list by end of year.
Alrighty, very cool.
Neutrinos, number 8.
Neutrinos number 8. Dark Funeral, Where Shadows Forever Reign. I endorse this number 8.
Yeah. I knew he was enjoying that record, so not a surprise.
Yeah. I like Where Shadows Forever Reign. I think it starts off better than it finishes, but I did enjoy it. So good stuff.
Cool. What's your number 8?
My number 8, I am going to go with Isan and Arctis. Album number 6 from the mad scientist himself. I love this thing. It's such a diverse listen. There's stuff that's like very extreme and just very kind of in touch with his black metal roots. And then there's something like Until I Too Dissolve, which is like fucking almost like glam metal-y in its riffage, from Mass Darkness to that to Celestial Violence, like all across the board. I think it's really great. I was not into his last album, Das Seelenbrechen, 3 years ago. So for this to be as successful as it was just really wowed me. He's back in business. Isan.
Nice to have him back.
Yeah.
John.
Pretty sure only George has listened to this one. Maybe I'm wrong, but instrumental band from France, Abyss, I Am the Wolf. Mm-hmm. You haven't heard it and you like instrumental metal, kind of like they're my temple this year from 2015.
Good stuff.
It is. And it's not a long album, so it's a nice listen.
It's not fatiguing on the ears.
No.
There you go.
Is that
Well-
your only instrumental on your list?
Yes.
I'm not trying to spoil your list, but I thought it may have been the one you recommended to me back in January,
Counter World
February.
Experience. Yeah.
No, the album cover is like a white with like a person on the front.
A white person, or it's
No.
white with a person on the front?
I'll find
Commas
it.
are very important.
Move on.
Will, number 8.
On number 8, Slab Dragger, Rise of the Dawn Crusher.
Wow.
I'm writing that down.
Oh, it's I think they're kind of like a doom stoner rock band from pretty sure the Netherlands.
Okay.
They put out some great stuff.
All right, my number 8.
Cue the crickets. Sorry.
Well, with all due respect, my number 8 is a band from Israel. Had a real surprising, I felt, great release. I don't know if this is I think it's their first album, and I liked it a little better than the Flash God, but it's kind of a similar type of album. Winter Horde Maestro.
It's not their first album.
Thank you.
Underwater Moon was their last album.
But I see them as a Flesh God Apocalypse type band. They're not terribly similar sounding, but there's a little operatic kind of tone there. And it's just some of my favorite moments. Like there's a song in there called "They Came with Eyes of Fire." That's a good song.
Yeah, great album. Uke?
John, call back what we were just talking about. I thought your instrumental may have been Latitudes.
Gotcha.
I love that album that you sent me.
good.
Almost made my list. My number 8, we've already mentioned it. Vector Terminal Redux.
Which is also my number 8.
Really?
Mind
That-
blown.
So that's been on 4 lists now.
Yep.
So.
It'll be on a 5th. It'll be on
I was going to say, raise your hand if you haven't done it yet.
Cool. All right, that's good.
I will give it away. It's not on my list because I have not heard it.
Fair
Really?
enough.
What?
I think it's safe to assume it would be, my friend.
It was going to be the album of the podcast.
Maybe
we
the,
had it.
maybe the best album cover I've seen in a long time.
You know,
It looks so cool.
I think Will was the spoiler on the last one, too.
Yep.
No, it was me.
Was it you?
I didn't put Cattle Decapitation on.
Right.
It was me.
No, there was another
yeah.
one that I did not put on. I think it was I can't remember the name, but I
Was
know
it
off
the
top of my
Amorphous record?
Amorphous.
No, it wasn't Amorphous. It was something else, something like black metal-ish sort of.
Well, you were a dick for doing that.
I know, man.
Yeah. Stop being such a dick, Will.
It's always me.
All right.
Me and my good taste in music.
I saw what you did there. Or I heard what you did.
What did I do?
I love you guys.
Moving on.
No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Neutrinos number 7, Virus Memento Collider.
I just looked that up last night, as a matter of fact, because I was trying to see if there's anything I was missing. Okay, it doesn't seem like his normal kind of thing to me, to be honest with you.
I think it's a good album. It's avant-garde-ish. I don't really consider it a metal album, so yeah. But
I've heard a lot about that thing, but I haven't listened to it yet. So
yeah, it's all right. If you like avant-garde stuff, it's not too far out there.
No.
But
It's a little more polished than I thought he would like, but
Yeah.
I guess I don't know everything about his taste. So
indeed. All right, Dan, number 7.
number 7. Well, speaking of white album covers with white dudes on them, I'm
Kenny Chesney.
right. No, I'm going to talk about Latitudes, Old Sunlight.
Oh, nice.
This second quarter in particular, but also this whole year. Obviously,
That's what I
Latitudes
just
goes back to
mentioned.
January. It's been a post metal kind of year for me, post progressive stuff like that. And this has just really just done it for me. It kind of reminds me of. I was listening to this thing and I thought of like The Ocean. I thought of like Neurosis in some instances. It's just very, very pretty, but also devastating post metal stuff from London, from the UK. So I'm a big fan. Latitudes, Old Sunlight.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
All right, John.
Number 7. I did not think I would come across this year, and I'm loving every minute of it. And it's not exactly
Loverboy.
That's number 6.
don't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, so slow down, all right? Come on, unless you want me to do 7 and 6 together. No, but I think George and I have talked about this for a second. I would never imagine putting doom metal or sludge metal together with like dream pop, or shoegaze. So it's a band out of Brooklyn, I believe. They're called Spotlight's Titles. Maybe not the most metal album in the world, but it's pretty heavy. It's pretty doomy at times, but it's also very kind of Yesu-like. Justin Broderick, I think is his name.
Yeah.
It has that kind of a feel to it, but then it has very doomy and sludgy at times. So
Cool. Yeah, I picked that up as well. It's good.
My number 7, Troglodyte, Anthropological Curiosities and Archaeological Relics.
I was
That's a
wondering if
mouthful.
that was going to come up here anywhere. I saw that on my phone. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't listened to that in a while.
I've listened to this album. Are we still up?
Yeah, we are. It's
I've
just
listened to this
every
album
once in a
several
while, drop a video.
times, and I started listening to it again last night. And it initially was not going to make my list, and I listened to it again. I was like, "Damn, this is it's catchy, it's hooky. There's something about it. I just I love listening to it. It's a great
Excellent.
album.
Yeah.
And we did interview them at Barbecue, though they did blow us off to come on the podcast. So I did
Yeah,
have
well,
mixed
yeah,
feelings.
something came up. It was, band business. Trump's coming on the show, and I just never got back to Jeff again to
so
set
it's
it
our
up.
fault.
It's probably. I mean, it's a Howard Jones song. No one is to blame. I just saw Howard Jones. So hello. Anyway,
I got it.
Why?
because Barb wanted to go.
Okay, you're a good husband.
I am.
Yeah, he is.
All right, that takes us to Jay.
7. And I've been looking forward to this moment because I'm just going to rely, I put my pedigree on the line here a little bit. Say I'm a 45-year-old guy. I've been listening to metal since 82, which means that I'm about to defend this next choice. Duke, this one's for you. Anthrax, For All Kings.
Woohoo!
Silence.
I support this number 7.
I think it's a great record. I understand the criticisms of it. It's not like a big thrash record or anything, but there are a lot of songs in there I like a whole lot.
Trying to remember, when this first came out, did you not like it at first?
No, I was the early adopter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I liked
have
it on
to
the first spin.
I have to say, Jay, you did not need to defend it at all.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. 'Cause-
I mean, I don't like it, but you don't have to defend it.
yeah, fair enough. Big fan of this record.
I should say, it's not that I don't hate it. It just sort of,
It didn't work for you.
right. But you did not have to defend
it.
it as much as you said.
I'll say this: it's a different thing for them. It's definitely a bit of a different record, but I like it enough that I believe it will survive to the end of the year list too.
All right.
Moving on. Buke 7.
Well, really quick, since we've been mentioning neutrinos, we got a 1-2 combination from them. Galen, who's co-member of Infera, did a list I'm going to mention, get us up to speed. His number 10, Nordvel.
Yep.
That was his number 10. They're self-titled. Number 9, John Zorn, Mockingbird.
Huh.
Number 8, I'm going to butcher this one, but this is Batushka.
Batushka.
Litorg. I don't know.
Litorgia.
That came out last year though.
Okay, that came out last year.
Did it?
Oh.
That's it. He's off the pod.
Oh.
Well, it's funny because
No, Galen, not Buke.
And since we're about to do my number 7, his number 7, Dark Funeral, Where Shadows Forever Reign.
I just love the fact that we officially have a version, like a little episode of Bukaki right now.
It's happening.
That's like it was
live.
impromptu, man.
Okay, my number 7. We mentioned it really quick. I love it because I'm picking up hardcore vibe with it. I love super joint rituals. So there's that kind of sound and picking up from it as well, but they're even harder. Nails, You Will Never Be One of Us.
Right on.
George, number 7.
Yeah, I just confirmed that Matushka was last year.
Okay.
Not to doubt Dan at all, but only because it's on Neutrino's list too. So fuck both you guys for getting it wrong.
Well, you know what? To be fair, I think it just got a physical release
right, there you go.
this week, so maybe half a point for him.
Yeah. I know. I know. Sometimes things get reissued and people don't know that it was out before. So,
But when
all
you're
right, I retract my fuck you guys.
But when you're in a black metal band, albums release on your own time. So
That's right.
All right, number 7. My number 7 is Graves at Sea, The Curse That Is.
That's a keeper.
okay.
I tried getting into that one. I need more time with it.
Yeah, the
I
vocals I can't do on that personally.
but
Okay.
props.
All right.
Sorry, Beak. John and I were smiling at each other because we were literally just talking about this on the way down.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 from Neutrino is Eternal Con, Lost in the Night of Ages. Do you want to do...
Yep. Number 6 from Galen, Catatonia, The Fall of Hearts.
Ooh.
Okay.
I know someone on here on Skype is a fan of that album a lot.
Oh yes, very much so. Very, very much so.
So, Mr. Dan.
My number 6, it came up before, I believe. John mentioned it. Keeping it in the post-metal family, I'm going to go Cult of Luna and Julie Christmas Mariner.
Wow, look at these guys.
Really enjoyed it. I did just a terrific listen. I think Julie's inclusion, when I first saw it, like she was on the album, I didn't know who she was. I was like, who the fuck is this? She is terrific. Her performance, she comes in, it's almost like... even though stylistically it's different, it kind of reminds me of when Devin Townsend brought in the girl from Stolen Babies on his Ziltoid 2 album. Just like her style is just such, it's so like abrasive in comparison to the rest of the music, but it's a juxtaposition that works really, really well. She's great. The album's great. Yeah, I'm a fan. Mariner is my number 6.
Man, you know what, man? I know our guests are usually pretty informed, but it's good to have a guy on from another podcast because Dan, you're informed, man. You know what's going on, and it's nice to talk to somebody of our.
I've had these talking points planned out before, so I just had to call them back. It's all.
Well, I feel like you're one of us kind of thing. I mean, this is the way we talk, and of course you're on a podcast, so of course you're a huge fan. But this is great, man. You're really fucking knocking it out of the park here.
Thank you, sir.
I think we're going to be replaced, John.
Whatever.
Wonder Twin powers activate form of 9 circles of metalheads.
Fine, I'll do my own podcast by myself.
Yeah, you will.
Dan wins the podcast part 2. You mentioned Stolen Babies. I love that band.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, they're from and Jay. They're from your hood, I think. I think they're out there in Oakland.
I'll look it up. To be honest with you, I don't know them. Yeah.
Yeah, the vocalist is this woman named Dominique. She has 3 names. I can't remember all 3 of them, but her first name is Dominique, and she's just very theatrical, very just in your face.
They're like dark cabaret metal almost.
Yeah.
So
Since you can't remember the other 3 names, I'm just going to assume she's Dominique Harvey Oswald.
Sure. I'm sure she
Dominique Wilkins.
It just
that would be a boy.
It just occurred to me when I did the whole Wonder Twin powers thing that Buke and Dan might not know what I was talking about. Do you guys know what the Wonder Twins are?
No.
Oh, okay.
Right.
See, back in the day,
youngins.
back in the day, like on, I think it was like,
Is that Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
well, it was like mixed in with the Super Friends and the Justice League and all that, and there were these 2 twins, like a boy and a girl, and they were the Wonder Twins. And when they like put their fists together, they would go Wonder Twin powers activate form of, and it always had to be something physical and something like water based.
No, it
And
was
so
an
it was
animal,
like form
and it
of
was-
an ice hammer, and they would like go and they'd turn into this and like beat up bad guys and shit. And so that's what I was referring
It's
to.
where they jumped the shark on the show. All right.
Pretty bad, yeah.
and they had a little blue monkey named Gleek.
And yet everybody
And
remembers
this is where
it.
the podcast, episode 51, jumped the shark.
All right.
Somebody just tuned in and go, what the fuck are they talking about?
And
Those
also,
crazy old men.
while we have Dan on here, I have to mention from the Nine Circles podcast, if you like your things regular in life and on the schedule, not like, is there a Metalheads podcast episode this week or this month? Give them a listen. They follow a schedule. You know, for us, it's a fucking shot in the dark.
I don't know how people have time to. I mean, when I have to spend 8 hours editing an episode, how can I fit that in every week?
He's got a bunch of guys like us on it.
Yeah, just
Drinking
drinking
beers.
beers.
And stuff, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys are. It's not like an apples to apples comparison. I mean, you guys go more in depth. Like Corey and I are more. We're like 45 minutes, an hour at most. It's just like the same sort of format every week, and
How you
feeling
feeling right about now? I'm wondering.
No, it's great. It's great because
You're doing good, all right.
this has been a fun conversation. And
Awesome.
I like hearing.
Cool.
I'm taking notes and I'm listening to to just making notes of your guys' albums so I can go back and
crazy.
listen. So.
We've been known to apologize to guests before, but like, I'm sorry, this was 3 hours, bro.
Not at all. Not at all. I had Butte told me about this down at Death Fest. I had it in my calendar. I'm ready for it. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to be.
Awesome.
Right on.
Number 6 is
Yeah, whose number 6 are we on?
John.
John's.
Okay.
All right, I won't say anything other than name in the album. In Morning Afterglow.
That's a strong one. That's a really good pick.
It's a really strong one.
That's a really good album.
Now,
The In Morning is awesome.
the last one was a lot better.
Not even close. This one
Are
is
you kidding?
amazing.
This one sounds like shit. No
It
offense, John.
doesn't. It doesn't at all.
Well,
You
the
keep
produc-
saying it does. It
Yeah, the
doesn't.
production is terrible compared to the last album.
Maybe
But-
you're
and-
listening in your car. I don't hear it.
No, it's very fuzzy, muddy. But anyway, sorry.
I don't hear
I don't mean to insult your number 6.
Oh, I don't care.
Good.
I don't care. Fuck
Well,
yeah.
It is a possibility that John may be slightly larger than you, so he will kick you.
I'm drinking beers.
The next thing we know, we're making love.
number 6, Will.
making. My number 6, All Father, bless the earth with fire.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I
Tom?
considered it.
Yeah.
I need to. I would just want to say I considered putting that on my list. So that's a shout out to what was his name again? I apologize. Ian. or-
Tom.
The social media master
Yeah.
that they are. He is.
Yeah, they're good dudes.
Yeah, that's a great album.
That is a great mix of a gazillion genres in one album. I really like it.
Yeah,
Good
it's killer,
call.
Rick. All right, my number 6 was commented on by Dan, I think, in an accurate fashion, but I think I would also side with George's comments if he has this later. Cobalt, Slow Forever.
Okay.
Okay, not going to be on my list, so I have nothing to comment on that. But I just closed something. But number 5, you're going to have to help me out and say the album title.
Number 6.
Sorry, number 6, Throssenblot.
Metathonia.
Thank you very much. I
Oh,
love...
the CH is silent.
Yes, it is.
I've been like explaining it to people. I'm like medic. It's like I have a mouthful.
It's like the band Thonic or Cthulhu. True, it is, but no, it's silent. It's Thonic.
I can't do that to Joel. I can't butcher the album like that, but it's awesome. It would be higher up on my list if I've spun it a lot, but I think it's a little kind of rushed to try and
The mixing. You don't
to
like
try
the
and mix
mixing,
it
yeah.
in when
we just got it.
When we just got it. You know what I'm saying?
Beg your pardon.
But it's an amazing album. Track 2, She Who Names the Stars. I've been saying this description. It's worth the price tag of the album by itself. Pretty awesome.
Yep.
Definitely the best Throssenblot album to date. And one of our pod favorites, and I know one of Dan's favorite, Ray of Immortal Bird, does an amazing job drumming on this album. And her vocal work on this album that she does with Joel, I think it's on track 4, Remnants, I think it is.
Hypothonic or
Hypothonic
remnants.
Yeah, I think that's her, or Dead of Winter, maybe hers. But she does a split track, which it's amazing that the two of them going back and forth. So
I feel like it might have been in your Facebook crawl, Dan. Was it you or somebody associated with you who was at an Immortal Bird show recently? Or
Yeah, I actually I was just gonna hop in and say I caught up with Ray at they came through Brooklyn last week, so we caught up. Matt, as per your wishes, I passed on your compliments about Metathonia.
she's awesome.
She's good people. She's really awesome. Both Throssenblot and Immortal Bird.
She was a great guest when you had her on too.
And
Yeah.
8 Bells as well.
Yes, yeah,
her record made a lot of our list last year. Immortal Bird.
yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt,
Yep.
no doubt.
Okay, George, 6.
Number 6. Hello, Jay. Anthrax for All Kings. Fuck y'all.
There it is. There it is. Wonder Twins, as there's the Wonder Twins for you.
I know this is a podcast, but sometimes I wish this was a video podcast because just to see the look on Buke's face when George just said that, he just leaned back in his chairs and looked at him like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah,
really
I
don't
would
like
like to
this.
do video, but you know how fucking hard it would be to edit the audio and the video.
Just again, my
You know,
distaste.
considering we're naked, all that blurred pixelated stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's only from
on
the
our
waist
faces.
down, though.
Yeah, we're just on our faces.
I don't like this album because
You don't like metal.
What was the last one, George?
I don't know. You're the one that likes it so much.
Worship music.
Worship.
Just
Thank
kidding.
you. Worship music. I thought was almost a perfect album. This to me just didn't reach that
See,
far.
I'm surprised by that because I don't see a huge difference between worship music and
Agreed.
For All Kings.
It's just a
songs
natural
in
progression.
worship. The songs in worship music were catchy.
And these are extremely catchy songs.
I agree with Will. I don't see that much of a difference.
The biggest difference I see is I thought there was more.
There's more softer singing, in my opinion, on this.
This new Anthrax album is way softer. I think,
Actually-
but in a weird sort of way, I guess is the way to describe it. Is the harder songs in the album I think are harder and better, but the softer songs are just clunkers to me.
There's one
I-
song
well-
that I will agree, and that's "Breathing Lightning." I think that song's horrible.
I love it.
But the rest of the album, I love.
I think that's a really good song. That was one of the ones I was going to pull out. But I also need one of the things I should have said when I got to this on my list.
and Gene, thanks
I
you
think
for
this
pulling
is
out, by the way.
Joey's best vocal performance ever. I think
Yeah,
Joe
I agree.
sounds amazing.
I agree.
And someone said earlier the last album, Worship Music, was written for John Bush singing.
No, there's the other guy, Dan something or other.
They recorded it with this other guy and then they kicked his ass out.
Yeah, and then they re-recorded with Joey.
And the other guy sounds suspiciously like Dee Snider.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. This brings us to
The Neutrinos, number
Neutrinos and
Number
Gallons.
5.
number 5.
Number 5. We're getting down to the real list now.
top five. Top five.
Yep, self-titled Abbott.
All right, yeah, I considered
I
it.
have to
but
say, I'm surprised that has not made more lists unless it's way higher up on lists.
Now, I agree. I'm surprised we haven't heard it yet.
it's not as good all the way through as I would have hoped. There's like 2 or 3 songs in there I love, but it could have been a stronger album across the board, I think. But go
I'm
ahead.
with Jay there. I think you hear like the opening like 2 minutes of the first song, To War, and it's like it's a totally different vibe. It's not that sort of classic immortal like Blashirk black metal sound, and it takes you aback. But then you're like, oh, this is actually really cool. I hope the rest of the album's like this. And then it's not. And then it's just
Yeah.
like back into like standard Abath Immortal fare, which is like fine, like it's good, but it's not going to be on my enemy list.
The first like 3 or 4 songs are really good, and then it kind of dies after that a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Galen's number 5.
Over. I don't even know how to even say it. It's it's a smattering of letters.
Yeah, I'm not even going to hazard that one myself.
Let's just
The
call
new
it
Ulver.
The new Ulver. Yeah.
CLVSSCAP.
I think he just leaned on the keyboard and
I think it's just he's trying to like code out a DNA sequence.
Yeah, that's right.
John, number 5.
Dan.
Sorry, Dan, number 5.
What are we at? 5s?
Five.
Okay,
Five.
so I, in addition to the post metal, it's been a big grindcore year for me. Obviously, I dug the Nails record, not quite as much as you guys, but I did like it. Magruder Grind had a great album earlier this year, but the one that has stood out for me the most is Gadget. Their album, The Great Destroyer. I don't know if you guys have heard this. This is their first album. It's a Swedish grind crew. Their first album in 10 years. And this thing is it's devastating. It's like, what is it? 17 songs, not even half an hour of listening because grindcore. But it's just an absolute punisher. Aggressive as all hell. I absolutely love it. So
What's the album title, Dan?
The Great Destroyer.
Great Destroyer. I'll go
It's
check that
out.
out.
Yeah, it's out on Relapse. So it actually came out in Q1, but I didn't listen to it until about a month ago. But really, really solid stuff. So
God bless those guys over at Relapse, man. They don't fuck up much.
there's some good guys too.
they got
good
a
guys.
good thing going there.
All right, John.
All right, my number 5's already been mentioned. Isan Arctis.
Yes,
I figured John would have it.
I think I didn't know if John would like that.
I love everything he's
Yeah.
done except the
Yeah.
last album. I'm on.
Everybody's on that
On
one.
the last one, yeah.
Will.
Okay, my number 5, Helgamite, Hypnagogia.
Nice.
However you pronounce that.
Hypnagogia.
Hypnagogia, yeah. And I should know that because
You're wearing the shirt.
I'm wearing the shirt.
If you've not heard Helgamite, they are on Lost Apparition Records. Great band out of Luray area, Western Virginia. Yeah, they're great. They're
Hopefully, we're going to have them on here at some point.
Yeah, we really want to get them on. And they literally, the lead guitar player Casey Firkin plays the saxophone in some of the songs. But I'll tell you, it works. And they're very diverse. Like there's some of it's just like this doom stuff, and some of it's like almost seems like thrash metal at times. It's I can't say enough about that band. They're great people, and I have caveat, full disclosure, they're friends of mine. Made a beer sort of for them, but it's a great album.
It is. All right, Jay.
Buke mentioned this one, and he left it open for comment for others. So I'll say this is just what I mean, if this record had come out in 1985, I would have been crazy for it. I'm just as crazy for it now. Destroyer 666, Wildfire. I really think they knocked that out of the park with this record. It feels like this lost album from 85, 86 to me.
I was talking to George earlier. When we gave our predictions, just George and I talking, when I thought your number one, I thought that may have been it, because you were really pretty excited about this album.
Then I corrected him and told him what your number one is.
Yeah, and then something came out recently that I think maybe...
That knocked it out, yeah. Oh, no, I think you're probably right. But about the other one, yeah, no, this is stayed strong with me. I still throw it in every couple of weeks, and I love it from start to finish.
My number 5. This is a pretty heavy one. It's all over the map with the sounds and time shifts and stuff like that. This is a band from Iceland, Shrine.
Okay.
That's
a good one.
Please spell it.
Unortheta. The band's name is ZHRINE. The album is UNORTHETA.
Yeah, Rick, one of our listeners, Rick
recommended it to me. Yep. Pretty cool stuff.
All right, my number 5, Gojira Magma.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
Wait, didn't you just like do this big lead up that you're not going to put that on your list anywhere?
No, I didn't say that.
That might have been
Awkward.
I don't recall saying that.
Well played. No, well, I do remember. Actually, this is what I do remember. You said that because it's coming out the night before the cast.
I might not put it on my list.
No, I don't know if you caveated with might, but I thought you said you're not going to put it on your list, and that was, I guess, last episode, whatever.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe that was a personal conversation. Maybe you didn't say that at all. I'm making this whole thing up. However,
Well, I know I was
Remember this.
trying to decide. I'm like, and it was the same thing with the Throssenblot, because I'm like, it's coming out the day before the episode. I don't know if I'll have enough time to make a decision, but I've had it for a couple of days, and yes, it's number 5.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So let's get our friends from Infera.
All right.
wait. Is this number 4?
This is number 4.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's just get our do a fill up.
Get our 4 on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Every time somebody puts their number 4 as an album from last year, we'll go get a drink.
Does that mean,
So-
does that mean we're getting a drink?
So number 4, Batushka Liturgia.
And Galen's number 4, Sark.
That's Nocturno Culto's band.
Oh, I did not like that album at all.
Really?
Let him have
God,
it.
I was so
Let him
bored.
have it.
Do you like the previous albums?
Not really, but I thought
I love this.
there was at least the previous albums at least had like their moments. Like this just didn't do anything for me. I reviewed it for the blog, and I was just like,
And Galen's not here to defend it. So you know what? Take that, Sark.
Pretty much anything Nocturno Culto does, except for that weird fucking folk like power metal album thing that he did, is good.
Okay. Well,
All right.
those are our friends. So let's go fill up, and we'll be back for our top 4 real quick.
Real quick.
Real quick.
We're gonna go to
Number 4, Dan.
number 4, Dan.
Number 4. Well, y'all have heard this one before, and before I get into it, I share your sentiments about it being too long, but it is still my number 4, Vector Terminal Redux.
Yep.
I think, if I'm being honest, they could have chopped the last 2 tracks completely off the album. That would have been about a third of the runtime of the album, if we look at it. The 9.5-minute collapse, and then Recharging the Void, 13.5 minutes.
Yep.
But those first 8 are, I love the first 8 songs so much that even with those 2 coming off, I think it would still be a tremendous album.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's a thrash band doing this. It's you. I'm not saying thrash guys are stupid, but you don't picture a lot of depth.
Or epic thrash. There's no.
You weren't
I
around in
did.
the 80s then.
With thrash, I don't put the word complex with it.
It's
And
like-
that's what I
I
attach
feel
to
like-
this album.
I feel like these days there are so few thrash bands that are trying to move the template, the genre forward. These guys very clearly are. I see a lot of. I mean, it's a thrash band, but I see a lot of a very strong, like Chuck Schuldiner influence here, and I really, really love it. So
Cool.
Excellent. And before we move on to John, what are we drinking?
Yeah, George, why don't you ruin his picture again?
Was he taking a picture when I did that?
Yeah.
Yes. A giant fucking.
Bear claws coming in here and grabbing the bottle.
Grab this beer. I'm like literally sitting there doing taking a picture of the beer, and you're just like, oh, let me grab this bottle and start looking at it. So the picture I'm about to tweet out is basically a giant,
Bear
stubby
claw.
little fingers.
I fail again.
So what are we drinking? Will?
You tell us. You brought it.
Yeah, well, I think this is you got it for us.
No,
This
I
is Son of the Morning from Driftwood Brewery. This is in the Bible, the Real Truth Guide to Extreme Beers. This is from our good friend Adam, who's the author of that book.
And he literally sent it to John. He grabbed like a whole bunch of them and sent it to John.
Oh, that's right. You took care of it with him. Okay, that's right. That's correct. What is it? A golden ale, I guess.
It's a
Best
Belgian
way to-
Strong Golden Ale.
Strong ale, yeah.
And the artwork on this bottle is
Bloody-
absolutely phenomenal.
Bloody
and
and evil.
Yeah, and it's way better than the previous artwork that they had on here. And I would just go look it up, and I
And-
forget the name of the
And this is one of the last beers we'll be getting of all the ones we've drank in the book because they probably won't do the other three that we need. This was I guess not a last minute, but they just decided to redo this again. And Adam was kind enough to go get them for us.
yeah.
Well, cheers, gentlemen. As we get to our top 4 and then our top 3, when the knives really come out. I love you guys now, even if we leave bloody and battered.
I promise I won't laugh this year.
Yeah, because Glory Hammer hasn't released anything yet.
That's because George took care of it with me,
Hey,
right?
Dan, can I tell you, last year when I mentioned Glory Hammer, it was silent, except John, the well-respected, respectful John, just let out a big old belly laugh at me.
Yo, I fucking love Glory Hammer.
You want to know idea? Because I was at Prague Power, which I go to every year, and they put them on the screen as a band coming, and the place went fucking ballistic. And I was watching this video, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be just fun time for me. It was a dude, I think he was wearing the Iron Man outfit
Yeah,
or something like
he was
that in the
wearing the
video, or I can't remember. I just burst out laughing.
Yeah, that's a fun
It
album.
had nothing to do with the pick. It was the fact that he grabbed that band.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And we're going to see them this year.
And we're gonna see him. Yeah.
Okay, number 4,
All right.
John.
Got this one from Bandcamp as usual. Probably the closest thing to an Opeth band in the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. Perihelion Ship, a rare thunderstorm in spring. Excuse me.
That was on my list, and then it was off my list, then it was on my list, then it was off my list.
It's
a great album.
It's a good listen. I mean, you have to be into the kind of proggy death metal style.
Yeah, I listened to it a bunch of times when I was at work, and I really wanted to like it, but there's too many parts of that album that I just really dislike. There's a lot I love about it.
It's a lot of 70s prog keyboards in it, without question.
But most of it is the clean singing is terrible, in my opinion.
Not a very good, not my favorite, yeah. It's
I wouldn't say terrible. I'm not one to speak.
Let's hear your clean singing, Will.
Yeah, exactly.
La-di-da,
And by the way, they do,
zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
they actually do kind of a killer version of Hangar 18. They did a cover of it. And it's
They
actually-
did. It was awesome.
It's actually very good.
All right, Will, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is, and this may be controversial, Gruesome, Dimensions of Horror. I know it's an EP. It's a 6-song EP.
That's good.
But it's awesome.
That's really good. I love it.
It's awesome. They were great at Death Fest.
Both times.
Yeah, both times.
Both times.
Both Saturday and Sunday.
The first time we realized they were playing, shit, run.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah. No, great band. Love them.
Cool. Jay?
I bought this album does live up to the hype for me. Graves at Sea, The Curse That Is. That I thought was great. I listened to this record as much as anything else this year so far.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right,
Buke.
Buke.
Take Ghost Reveries, Opeth, add in a little more organ. You got Perihelion Ship.
There you go, man.
One of the best recommendations
yeah.
I've been given recently. So
I
it's
endorse
awesome.
that number 4.
Sometimes, and we're going to have these guys on the pod one episode. Sometimes I think and these guys funded it all by themselves, and I think it's more of a lower budget operation. Not that that's a bad thing,
It still sounds great.
but it does. But sometimes I think the mix kind of gets in the way because sometimes I think the organ overpowers some of the music underneath it. It's a great album. I love the sound that they have with it.
it's good.
Cool.
So number 4, George.
Isan, Arctis.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
What more needs to be said? It's awesome.
I haven't listened to it personally. exactly. So,
Well,
yeah, I know.
it's on you, buddy. All right.
Our friends now in Infera.
Yeah, I got to find it. It disappeared. Hold on.
I will do Galen's then.
Hold on. Let me do it in order.
Okay.
Just,
Do not fuck with the order, Buke. The order is legion. The order is your god.
So while the girl from Ipanema is playing in the background, I will say both Will and Jay have not been confused once yet during this list.
No, it's all just because we both stood in the same physical space at this point in time.
yeah.
There was
So that's all
there
been
was
cleared
one
up.
time during the last recording when we were all sitting, I think, in the hotel room that I think Buke called
Yeah.
me Jay.
Yeah.
And it's on the podcast. And no one said a word. I was just like, I'm just going to leave it alone.
It's happened so many times, I don't know who's who anymore.
Speaking about people and getting names wrong, Buke and I were talking about this on the car on the way over here. Jay's got a real problem with calling bands people by the wrong names. He's talking to the band Satan, and he asks Brian about Skyclad, which, of course, Brian is not in Skyclad.
I asked Brian about Skyclad.
You said, Brian, Skyclad.
Oh, but you know what? If you had been there, you would have seen I was looking at the guitar player.
Okay, so you just called him by the wrong name.
Oh, I'm embarrassed by that because I thought Brian really liked me.
Yeah.
And now I realize I insulted him.
Well, he really did.
He did until then.
Jay was nervous. It's okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
cool.
I was a little nervous. Those guys are sort of legends. It was fun
Number
to be in the same
3.
room.
Sorry to interrupt you. Number 3 from our friends.
Number 3, this is a really cool one. This is from Neutrino. This is Spectre and the Art to Disappear.
And from Galen, we've mentioned a couple times, Abbott album.
Abbott, right on. Dan.
Dan, our guest. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm intrigued going into my top 3. I want to preface this because I'm looking at it, and 2 of my final 3 have not come up yet. They may still, but
None of mine have, for what it's
A little
worth.
bit of diversity on here. I kind of like it.
No one's going to say Bieber, okay? So you're fine.
My number 3, I'm going to bring it back to the post metal dimension. This only dropped last week, but really, really hit me. I love the hell out of it. Sumac, What One Becomes.
Oh, nice.
I was wondering if that was going to come up.
I was listening to that last night. Yep.
Yeah, I it's interesting. I liked their first album, The Deal, last year, and I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as a lot of people did. But this one just hit me really, really hard, all the right places. Aaron Turner, of course, from ISIS, but they've got guys from Baptist and Russian circles as well. Really, really terrific stuff. This definitely kind of hits me the way, like I said before, with Latitudes and stuff. This hits me in the same way like the Ocean did, and I love the Ocean.
Yeah.
So I dig it.
Dan, I'm surprised that you have this on your list this high up because not to say it's bad, but it's
But it sucks.
No.
Just kidding.
it's a complex listening.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sounds and guitar playing going on.
Trying to call me a basic bitch? Is that what you're trying to do?
Hey, for my money though, Aaron Turner is the king of post metal. You know, I mean, he's done so many things that I love, from Old Man Gloom to ISIS to Sumac, and I do love that stuff, man. So
I just haven't listened to this enough
Yeah.
yet.
No, I haven't
I
either.
listened
I
to a
haven't
little
either.
bit this morning, but I just haven't had time to get into it yet.
I haven't heard
It's
an inch
great.
of it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a definite fan.
John, number 3.
Queue up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crickets on your phones because I know nobody has this. Prog metal, prog rock, I guess, band. They're from Poland called Vodom. The atom is Catonic. I know nobody's heard of this.
Crickets.
Hipster.
I don't
Yep.
care because
Yep.
it's a fucking amazing album.
All right, then.
All right then. But you say you said what similar to what?
You ever listen to Riverside?
Okay.
Heavier than Riverside.
Okay.
That could have been anybody. You ever hear Willie Nelson? It's heavier than Willie Nelson.
No. But have you
heard Adele?
How did you discover? How did this come into your world?
Have you heard Waterfall?
It's heavier than that.
Like how did you first get introduced to this?
Through my prog
Through your
connections,
channels.
yeah. Just whatever
through-
sites or whatever.
Real friends.
It's funny. Literally, John and I were when we were driving up here. We're like,
What friends do we have?
Yeah, it's like, do we have any other friends? Like, it's just the group of us. Like,
And I came to the conclusion that all my closest friends now are all my music friends all around the country. I said, I don't even talk to anyone from high school anymore. I only have one or two friends from college I talk to.
Yeah, hold on to those, Dan. Hold on to them.
No, Dan, fuck them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Jay,
a few more years you'll be saying that.
A few more years, you'll be an old prog guy, Dan.
Yeah, when you turn 40, then you can say fuck him. By the way, Galen listens to a ton of prog.
I know he does.
So he and I didn't get a chance to talk enough about that.
Yes, he does.
All right, let's get a number 3 from Will.
Number 3, Destroyer 666 Wildfire.
Nice. Nice to see that so high on your list.
Yeah.
Jay.
My number 3 is an admittedly kind of a basic record. It doesn't go all over the place. It doesn't have crazy riffs on it, but it caught me when it came out, and it stuck with me, and I still think it's sort of innovative in a way. Rotting Christ Rituals.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering about that for your list.
Yep, had to be on there, and it will stay high.
Yeah, you threw the gauntlet down when you first mentioned it, saying that there was no way you could see this not being on your list.
Yeah, it's
nice.
it's cemented in there. I'd be surprised if anything could knock it off by the end of the year. So, Buick, what's your number 3?
On number 3, sorry, I just got a message from Black Fast.
Oh, nice.
Saying that they're going on tour. Come hang with them. They're going on tour with Lord Dying.
That's a scoop.
Wait, did they send you a personal message?
Yeah, they sent it to me.
I got the email from Bandcamp the other day, so.
So you're not such big shit, buddy.
Because all like trying to play it like he's friends with those
They
guys.
just sent it to me here on Twitter to my DM.
Okay, maybe it's a different band. Sorry.
Number 3, I'm not against this because I really maybe go to blows on this. In Morning Afterglow.
Nice.
It's an amazing album. It's right in my wheelhouse.
This is George's, or your Anthrax for George.
Yes.
Right now. It really is.
It is.
The only difference here is that I'm right and he's wrong.
Okay.
Notice he said you were wrong and not me.
Wait, didn't you have it on your list?
Yes, I did, but he mentioned only Buick.
No, I didn't mean he was wrong for having it. Just just in a general worldview.
Just in general, yeah, you're wrong.
Let's just think of it this way. It seems like In Morning sounds a lot like Opeth, right?
It certainly does.
Yeah.
More on this album than previous ones, I think.
That's, I think,
I'm just
why I
disappointed
liked it a lot.
that it doesn't live up to the last album to me. Like I was telling these
But
guys
George
off mic.
isn't the biggest Opeth fan, too, so maybe that's why it doesn't click with him.
No, but I loved their last album, The Weight of Oceans. And so
That's a
that's
great
why I'm so harsh on it, is because I had huge expectations going into this album, and it didn't meet them. I thought it just did not sound as good as the last
This
album.
is really my first In Morning.
Yeah. So what if this
Really?
is exactly? So what if this is your first time ever listening to In Morning?
Do you see my excitement then?
I can understand. I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just saying that I don't agree.
So look at how much he has to look forward to if he listens to the last one.
Oh, see, I
I
think
said that's
that-
what I told him. I said you should listen to it because it's a lot better.
I think Monument's better than the last one. Just me. So,
Do these guys tour?
Hold on. I got to kick John's ass.
no, so in a sense, you've got 2 other albums to listen to.
Yeah. Now, do these guys tour?
I've never seen them here.
Dan, you ever seen them come around?
Where are they from?
They are from
I have
Sweden.
not actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have ever toured here.
Are you a fan of them, Dan? Or are you like just when we say this band, you're like, In Morning?
I'm pleading ignorance. I think it's fun watching you guys fight over them. I have not actually listened to them. So
It is such a treat to watch people be passionate about something you have no fucking idea about.
yeah,
Imagine Weight of Oceans is Master of Puppets, okay? And In Morning's Afterglow is like the Black Album.
Yeah, but Dan likes the Black
Are
Album.
you channeling Casey Kasem there?
I don't know. Actually, I was feeling a little Jack Nicholson Joker, but
Today's letter comes from.
Okay, number 2.
Oh,
no, I didn't do my 3
Oh,
yet.
you didn't do 3. I'm sorry, George.
Flesh God Apocalypse King.
I thought that may have been your number 1.
Yep. Oh, I know what his number 1 is.
I thought that really would have been his number 1. And now, if Jay's number 2, I think I have a feeling John and I could
I don't know.
share number 1 again.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
I called it earlier. If it's not what I called earlier, we'll get to it. This is just inside talk.
Yeah.
I like trying to
Table
keep my
talk.
friend here.
Yeah.
But I know where it's going to be now, and it's not going to be my number 1. Okay, let's get to our friends.
Trying to eat my pizza here.
that
And I'm like,
right.
oh shit, it's me.
I do want to interrupt 1 second. After we're done our number 2s,
Yeah.
we have to take a quick commercial break
Or
for something.
Well, that's the pick.
Okay.
No, we're
So
not going to be going
before-
anywhere. We're just going to
we're just gonna
have an
stay here.
there's going to be an interlude.
Yeah.
If you caught the last time, you might know what's coming. All right, so
In and around your face.
and on your neck and shoulders.
play ZZ Top.
Number 2 from Neutrino, Aranci Pazuzu, that one.
there it is.
Wow, finally somebody mentioned it.
It's going to be on a
Where'd
lot
that
of
come
lists this year,
from?
not ours, but I mean lists.
Never heard it.
What's Galen got?
Pork nagar.
Drink.
Sip. Winner thrice.
Finish my beer.
Good job. Yeah,
In case you haven't figured it out, Dan, Borknagar is a drink word here.
Aha.
No matter how it's pronounced.
Because the alternative is not what you want.
And our guest, our honorable guest, Dan, you're number 2.
My number 2. This one did come up before. I am so high on this album. Catatonia, The Fall of Hearts.
There it is.
Really love this band for a while, and their last couple haven't quite done it for me. I think this is a great return to form. It's one that I listen to from start to finish every time. Like I can't like put it on shuffle. I can't like listen to single songs from it. It's one that I am happy to commit the full like whatever hour plus to. I think it's their best album in at least 10-12 years. So really love it.
Really?
Wow. Dan, Dan, I'm not putting you, or I'm not going to get into specifics here, but I think life events right now maybe make you like this album a little more too, from the subject matter.
A bit, but it definitely played a role. But
I'm not trying to get all sappy. It's a great album. I'm just sometimes you attach on to something.
When I hear somebody say they compare Catatonia to life events, I'm thinking real hard negatives compared on their earlier releases. So
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about it. This is him for him and I. We're not talking about it. Okay.
Oh, would you like to go? Hey, would you like to go off and have your own little podcast for a few minutes, you motherfucker?
It's Cuddle Hour with Dan and Buke.
Yeah, let's just mute the rest of these microphones.
Dan,
and the rest of us
Buke
can
will
take a fucking nap.
he'll meet you down in Southeast.
Yep.
This week on Cuddles.
But yeah, no, I really, I adore it. So great album.
Yeah, it's a good album.
All right, John.
All right, from Minnesota, Oak Pantheon in pieces.
I knew that was coming.
Love it.
But I'd forgotten about it.
I've lost all faith in my friend John now.
Wow.
So I know we're not going to have a number 1 or number 2.
But I told you that was going to happen.
I knew. I tried. Go ahead, Will.
My number 2, In Morning Afterglow.
Take that, George. You take that, George.
You fucker! You didn't say anything in the car. We're listening. He goes, I don't know if I've listened to this yet.
Oh, I'm playing, man. I'm playing you.
Yes.
Well, fuck me.
Yes.
Oh, I will.
Yes.
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yes, the podcast number 1 for this year.
And I just fucked John hardcore because the whole time we're listening to this album the whole way up here, and I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh yeah, I think I
He
heard
played
this.
it off.
And it's your number 2 all of a sudden?
And I'm fucking talking.
no.
He changed it on the way up.
No. It's printed out. It was printed out. But I will say, I just heard this album the last few days because it was in the box. It's awesome. And this it reminds me of Opeth, which is weird because I'm not the biggest Opeth fans, and I'm pointing to Buke and John at the moment. Also reminds me a lot of Pyres up in Toronto, which I fucking love Pyres. Sorry, earmuffs, my kids who are listening to this in the future, in a week from now.
That ship sailed at noon.
I will say that despite my not liking this album as much as the last one, I am glad that up until this album dropped, I was the only person I knew that knew In Morning. Of course, I didn't know that John knew them, but I am glad that at least everybody is getting to hear them.
And I will caveat this, and I telegraphed my punch earlier, is that this is the first time I've heard this band. So I don't know what their previous stuff is, but I thought this was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
That was the points that I just brought up. We were just talking about them. Yep.
Well, you may like the other ones too, then.
Yeah.
I may like them better, but I like this one a lot.
Maybe this could be his gateway into more Opethdom.
Opethdom.
Is that a gateway into your
Opethdom.
heart?
It always is. When you know what? Let me tell you. When you are the Opeth fan, you know how much shit I get for that. They're like, "Yeah, you're the Opeth fan, yeah,
Like
that's
the
me,
Opeth fan.
Putting anything in fan is going to get you some shit.
I know.
But you just say, "Well, I don't see your name that."
Yeah,
online.
Yeah, but Twitter handles and whatnot are sort of like tattoos now. You know what I mean? Like you got to make those choices carefully, dude.
yeah.
The good thing is
who
you
you
can
are
change
now.
your Twitter handle and not lose your followers.
Yep.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
do that when I left
Hey,
Port City.
hey, Jay, tell me about it. I go by White Cluster. How do you think that's gone over the years?
To be fair though, you go by Wise Cluster 69, and that puts a whole other weird spin on it.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah.
How many porn bots do you have
Yeah,
following
dude,
you every
I
day?
mean,
Trust
it
me, it's
sounds
not
like
from my
Mexican
name.
Cartwheel 69. You know what I mean? It's like some sex
It's
thing. I
your
don't
profile
know.
pic.
Well,
It
we
has
did
to
a
do
White
with the
Cluster
yin and the
69.
yang, man, the black and the white.
Okay.
Jay, number 2.
I'm the only one that's going to have this band anywhere, but god damn it, this is a solid record. It's the one I mentioned earlier that's almost an EP. It only has 7 songs on it, but it's a full-length album, I'm calling it. And it is exemplar, very well written, very well played, deathy thrash, Vreedhammer, Violator. God damn, this is a good record. More
I knew
people
that
need
was
to be
coming
listening
up,
to
didn't
this.
I?
Yep,
It
you
is
did.
so strong. People
Yeah.
need to have that record. It's this
good.
year's Chapel of Disease for me, though. It's a different style, but Chapel of Disease. That's the band I know nobody's ever going to hear about, but that record was great last year. It was a good one. Vreedhammer. Put it on your list, people. You need to hear this record out there.
Yep. Cool. Bukey.
Guests of the podcast recently. The album's amazing. For a debut album, these guys knocked this out of the park.
Wow. All the way up here at number
Hyperion,
2?
Spherical Euphony.
Seraphical.
Okay.
Seraphical, whatever. Seraphical.
Saran wrap.
Cocky.
It's an amazing album. Amazing.
Number 2.
It is.
It's awesome.
All right. Number 2, I think this might shock a few people, but then again, maybe not. Cobalt, Slow Forever, was not my number 1.
It shocks me for that reason. It's not your number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we all
This was my, like, as
Yeah.
soon as it came out, it was number 1 with a bullet, and I was like, that's not moving for the year, but it did.
If you don't know what his number 1 is right now,
You're not paying attention.
never listened to this show before.
Yeah.
So In Morning is your number 1 then. Telegraph.
Don't spoil it.
Wouldn't that be a fucking switcheroo?
That'd be Deaf Heaven times 10.
Oh, that's right. That was my coup. The Deaf Heaven false number 1.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are at number 1.
Here we are.
So we have to take a pause. Let's take a commercial
Oh,
break.
right. That's right.
Yeah. So,
It's back again.
it is time for the Metalheads Podcast Newlywed Game. And today, our special guests are George and Buke. Today, we will be asking Buke questions about George.
Last time we asked George questions about Buke.
Everyone, just get in the groove for a little while.
This is going to be a copyright issue.
We've grooved.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
See if you know any of these.
So, in this episode, we'll be asking Buke questions about George. Question number 1. I will be asking the questions.
Judges.
To Buke. George will be answering, or George will be, he's
Saying
already
it.
answered the questions. John will be our moderator to say if the question is right or wrong.
I love you guys.
John and I are very devious at times.
This is awesome. God.
Dan's sitting over here going, God damn it, I thought I was almost out of here.
No, this is fun.
I got somewhere to go. Question number 1. Buke, tell us, what is George's birthday?
I bet he can't even get the month.
We're off to a bad start.
I'll give you a hint. It's the same birthday as my sister.
Oh, there you go.
December
Oh, he got the month.
29th.
Whoa!
Off by a day.
Not bad.
Yes!
Not
Look
bad.
at that!
That's pretty good. I think I got yours by a day.
Look at that!
Yeah.
Wait, first of all,
I know. I'll take that.
December 30th.
I'll take that.
question number 2. What is George's middle name?
Oh, I know what it is.
Hold
no,
your thought.
I don't.
Eugene.
It's biblical, isn't it? Is it some biblical thing?
It's Arthurian. In fact,
It's Arthur.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's very Arthurian. It's getting more Arthurian than that.
King of the Britons.
Yeah, the
I thought it was
the dude
whatever
with the sword.
Gideon, but Gideon came from something else. Sorry.
From now on, George will be known as King Arthur.
Could be worse.
I love you guys. This is great.
Question number 3. What was George's first heavy metal concert he attended?
Ooh.
Don't listen to this one, Dan.
Dan wasn't even alive when this happened. And probably neither was Buke.
I think I was in college.
Iron Maiden, Power Slave tour.
That'd be incorrect. First metal concert was Megadeth, Warlock, and Sanctuary. Now, if you'd like to know the first concert, David Lee Roth and Tesla.
Didn't consider that one metal.
Tesla, underrated band though.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Mechanical Resonance before it dropped. They were like, nobody knew who they were yet.
Oh man,
It was the second record was the better one, though. I thought.
No.
All right, sorry.
Question number 4. Who is George's heavy metal celebrity crush?
James Hetfield.
Am I asking you this question? I'm sorry, sir.
I know, but I wanted to get a gay joke in there. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I would say James Hetfield or
I was
drawing a
joking.
blank
I thought
on
it
his
was a
name,
girl.
the bassist from Manowar, Joey.
You got half of the answer correct. On the man side, James Hetfield and Johan Haig. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And the female side,
Doro.
thank you. You got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut. I didn't realize that.
You got 2 out of 3. Not bad. Not bad.
Question number 5. What is George's most prized vinyl album he owns?
Is it my no?
You're going to kick yourself if you don't get this one.
Is it
think
a Woods album? No,
I got it.
Hey, Peanut Gallery.
I don't.
Let him answer if he
I
can't
want a
get it.
chance afterwards.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Yes.
I was gonna say a Woods album, but maybe a sentenced album. Sentenced, Cold White Light.
There you go.
Ding,
You
ding,
got
ding,
it.
ding, 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 ding.
Wow, nicely done. Peter.
Damn, that was impressive. You don't know his birthday, but you know that? It's
Just
crazy.
because I was trying to put myself in his shoes.
All right, a follow-up question. What is the most sought-after vinyl album that George does not own yet?
And you will not get this because I haven't told you. So just wild guess it.
Nah, go ahead.
It was
him an
probably the
era.
Celtic
Give him an era.
Frost
Is
up
it
till they
old
got
school,
that
new
the other
school?
day. I don't know.
Satyricon, the Shadow Throne.
Oh, I would not have.
No,
No.
It's like impossible to find. If you see it on vinyl, it's like 600 euros. So they need to
Yikes.
reissue that one.
Yikes!
Question number 6. What is George's favorite beer style?
You gotta know this one.
Pilsner,
What?
lager,
What?
IPA.
Third time's a charm.
I know he likes light stuff.
Light stuff. Okay, Mr. Coors Light.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Well, what's lighter? Natural light?
Michelob Ultra? I mean, seriously, who brought a case of that to Death Fest?
That's Atkins approved.
Okay.
Couple more here.
Question number 7. What is George's favorite color? What is your favorite color?
Besides black.
Orange.
That's not correct. And
I would not even blue
you got it.
yellow.
You got it.
for Michigan, but yeah.
I said blue, and then I said no yellow. Monty Python.
Monty
Python.
Python joke. I got it, George.
Question number 8. What is the name of George's imaginary friend?
Henry. I don't know if he had one.
Big guy in the sky, Jesus himself.
Oh, really?
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't think of anything else.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, he's an imaginary person, so okay.
Okay.
Question number 9. What is the person George most wants to interview for the podcast?
Ah, fuck.
Bruce Dickinson.
What's the poor person he wants to
poor
interview
person?
most?
Sorry. Who is the person George wants to interview the most for the podcast? Poor person, he's already talking to him.
Bruce
It's-
Dickinson.
It's me.
No, it's not Bruce
No.
Dickinson.
Jay knows it.
Wait.
No, I'm trying to remember. We did it on the pod once.
It has been mentioned on the pod before.
Yeah.
In fact, it's been mentioned on this pod. It's been mentioned in these questions.
No. Wait. But we did, George. We did this as a top 3 once. I
Celtic
think.
Frost guy.
No.
Tom G. Warrior?
No, that's a good one.
No,
but-
that I suggested Tom G. Warrior, and George was like, "That's
James
right."
Hetfield.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Ding,
should
ding,
have
ding,
known
ding,
that.
His
ding.
name's only
Well,
like 9
that was a
times
kind of a
that.
trick answer
Yeah.
though, because I thought George had said about James that he was like, I wouldn't even know what to fucking say. But I
Well,
guess-
Well, he has
that's
said
true.
that. He has
That's true,
said that,
but
yes.
that would
Okay.
be my ultimate.
And the
would be-
last question. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's nothing.
So the last question number 10, and the reason why we stopped and did this newlywed game now is what do you predict George's number 1 album will be today?
Well, it was going to be the Cobalt.
Come on, Duke.
Of course, there's no answer for this until we do the number 1.
Yeah, I have totally drawn a blank on albums. I thought it would have been the Cobalt.
All
Because
right.
he was so
That's
high.
okay. Let's find out.
Yeah,
Let's
he was
move on.
so
Let's
high
find
on the
out.
ball. Yep.
Wait. Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's
like-
quickly fill up. Let's just get to number 1s. The time has come.
The big moment.
The big moment. The big get. And you know
Well-
what? I know what John's number 1 is. I know it. If George shares the same thing with you, I think there's okay.
You don't even. When he tells you what his number 1 is, you're going to be like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. But first, let's move on to Neutrino's number 1 and Galen's number 1. Neutrino's number 1, surprising me, and yet not surprising me, but surprising me in the context of Neutrino, is Borknagar Winter Thrice.
All right.
Nice.
Galen.
Galen, from his number 1 so far for 2016 is Virus.
Wow.
Memento Collider.
All right.
Also on was also on Neutrino's list.
Yep.
Now here we go. The man of the hour, our guest.
Drum roll.
This decides if you come back.
My number one. This was my number one after the end of Q1. It's going to be for Q2. Oranzi Pazuzu Varatelia.
Hey, there you go.
I cannot say enough about this thing. Finnish group, ostensibly a black metal band, but they bring in like jazz influences. They bring in like krautrock influences, just all over the map. Really, just a diverse listen. Totally weird listen. It's very. I mean, you'll think you're losing your mind at times, but this album is it for me this year. I think 2016 is going to have a very hard time topping it. So. Oranzi Pazuzu, Varatelia, shout out to those guys. Shout out to Dave at $20 Spin. This was an absolute coup for them. So
I tell you, I think you're being good company here. Dan, let me ask this: is this something you of a year and a half ago could have appreciated before you found more Bandcamp bands and stuff to expand your?
I don't know. I don't know about like a year ago. Certainly, I don't think I would have come across it or known of it, appreciated it as much when Corey and I first got started.
Yes. Okay.
With the podcast, because we were talking about shit like. Just barely scratching the surface of metal back when we first got started. But this is one of those things. It's like you talk to people on Twitter, you learn about more bands, and you find some great ones. And this is one of the great ones. So
I have to ask before we move on, since you are a guest, you get the floor more than anybody. How did you find this? Was it just like a random?
This album. Mm-hmm. So our buddy Manny Awar from the Nine Circles team was really, really high on it. And I knew it was coming out on $20 Spin. I knew about it because he had talked to Dave, the label head, and was Dave was really, really talking it up. And he's like, "Yo, you got to listen to this. You got to listen to this." And I just sort of word of mouth, passing the little chain and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, really love it.
So, needless to say, your new battle vest you have made. If they had a patch, it would be on it.
Yeah. I'm actually, and I'm really bummed because we're going out to Migration Fest in August, which is run by $20 Spin and Gilead Media, and everyone was hoping, it's basically like it's all their bands, and everyone was hoping like, oh my god, are you guys going to get Oranzi Pazuzu? Are you guys going to get Oranzi Pazuzu? And they have not. They did not get them.
Still an amazing lineup.
Oh my god, absolutely! Like it's a small complaint to have, but seeing these guys live would be just otherworldly. So if they have patches out there, I will get an Oranzi patch without question.
Okay, well, we move on. Big John, number one.
Dan and I are best friends this year.
Yeah,
I knew it was going to be.
I'll tell you why I knew this was going to happen beforehand.
I guessed this one too.
Yep.
Because we had a conversation in the parking lot at Death Fest about this album, Oranzi Pazuzu, hands down. And my reason for liking it is completely opposite. I love psychedelic 60s music, and they inject that with the krautrock. And I wouldn't even call it black metal. To me, it's just extreme metal, I guess.
It's not really.
Because it's all over the map, but...
What is krautrock? Is like German rock?
It's like sprockets. Sprockets.
You have to hear it to understand it,
Would you like to touch my monkey?
Yes.
Exactly. It's that.
Nice. And
Now is
know
the
what that
time
is, but
on
it sounded really
sprockets
funny.
when we dance.
And I don't think you can listen to this album, song by song. You got to sit there and take the whole thing in.
Yep.
And
now, for both you guys, though, was this an instant first listen?
for me,
hook?
it was. And
Yeah,
first
Dan?
song, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. Really? Are we doing this? And it just kept going. And to the title track, I was just like, oh, my God. This is awesome.
And it prompted me to go back and listen to, again, because as I said to Buke, like I wasn't aware of these guys before the Nine Circles stuff, but like after listening to this, I went back and I listened to Valianelu, like their
Which
previous
is
albums,
amazing.
also very good.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I instantly became like a diehard.
Oh,
for
I'm a disciple now, definitely.
Yeah, very cool. Good choice.
All right, Will.
Before I get to my number one, I want to explain what we're drinking.
I was going to suggest that.
Right now, we are drinking Madness by 3 Stars Brewing Company, their old stock ale. And if anyone pays attention to this podcast or reads their website, you will know that I did a review, a Brewheads review of Madness. So Madness is pretty much a heavy metal tribute beer to Iron Maiden.
Cannot play with madness.
Yes, and the tagline is "Can I brew with madness?" So I want to give a big shout out to the great Dr. Lang.
Dr. Lang.
Dr. Lang.
Dr. Lang.
Dr. Allison Lang, who she didn't smoke. She just gave me a bottle. She gave me a couple bottles of it. So I decided to bring it here and enjoy one of the Brewheads column beers that I did for the website. So cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
And that's a cue for all you out there listening to get over to the site and read it if you haven't read it yet.
Indeed.
And if you're in the DC area, go to 3 Stars. They're up in they're at the top of the upside down cross in the Northeast brewing community, Northeast Washington D.C. brewing community. Sorry, if you take a map, if you look on Google Maps and you plot out every brewery in Northeast Washington D.C. between 3 Stars Brewing Company, Hellbender, Right Proper, Atlas, where I work, Bardo, DC Brow, and the other Right Proper brew pub, it literally makes almost a perfect upside down cross on the map of Northeast Washington D.C.
You guys are probably
metal.
And you guys are probably in the best neighborhood, don't you think?
Ivy City, baby. If you like transvestite, prostitutes, thieves, drug addicts, crime.
Where's this at?
Ivy City, that's a good neighborhood, right, Bu?
Ivy City, man.
It's a wonderful city.
Yes.
All right, so what's your number one?
So my number one may be slightly controversial, and I wouldn't say I'm torn with it. Gojira.
I knew it. I knew it.
Man, I did not see this coming.
I did not either. I thought
You said you listened to this last night at 11. Wow.
I listened to it
2 nights ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Thursday night it came out.
Thursday night at 11. Listened to it all day Friday.
Okay.
Listened to it again this morning, and at first, I had low expectations of this because I just saw that every album was progressively more and more progressive. And this album is more and more progressive. And what I had to do is I had to just basically kind of what I did with the Deftones years ago. Kind of like
throw it in the garbage.
no, it's just imagine that. It's still great music. It's just not quite the same band, but there's a lot of elements of the same band. If you throw out some of the filler songs, there's still some phenomenal music in there. I don't know if this. I will predict this will not be my number one at the end of the year, but I would say because my expectations were so low, it way surpassed my expectations. It's a really great album.
Wow. I was talking to John about this, I think, yesterday, and I was like, I was almost loath to put it on my list because I was expecting you to hate it that much.
That was funny. You said that. You said, I thought you would hate this. I'm like, yeah, I did too.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, Jay, number one, and I know what it is, but go ahead and say it.
Well, I'm a late adapter to this band, but they are deeper than meets the eye. I think they're doing something really special right now, and I bet you I'll be the only guy around the world with his number one on his list. Gevellertak, Nettisford. God, I love this fucking record. Yeah, I love these guys, dude. I only just discovered them, and I ordered this and the last one on vinyl, and I've spun these records back to back to back.
The fun thing about this is being able to see the discovery into fandom.
They're so good, dude.
Like,
these guys are
Jay
so good.
was like, "Oh, this is interesting," and all of a sudden you see the eyes, like getting bigger and bigger. And he's like, "Whoa!"
The light bulb turns on. All
Yeah,
of a sudden,
it was cool.
They pull something in from every era of metal that I like, including ridiculous things like Cheap Trick, which they're not ridiculous, and yet they're very much a black metal band. There's something special about these guys, and you could write them off as kind of almost a novelty, not a joke necessarily, but no, these guys are pretty special. And this new fucking record,
Dan, what did you
number
think of
one
this?
with a bullet?
What'd you say, Buke?
What did you think of this album, buddy?
I liked it. I had a similar experience with Gevellertak when the last album came out, when My Ear came out, and it was the same thing for me. Like I loved My Ear. I went back and I bought the first album as well. Love that. This one I think it's good. It's better than My Ear. I don't think I like it quite as much as the first album, but it's a ton of fun. And honestly, like these guys, as much as I like the studio stuff, you got to go see these guys live. Like that's what they're all
These
about.
guys just saw them and they said it was amazing.
Will and I, we saw them at DC Brow's 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, they put in a great show.
But Dan really nailed it, and it's very weird for me to put a record as number one that is a ton of fun, but it is, and it's good.
Yeah, because Bell Witch is not a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, there's something special.
Jay, the fun thing about this is seeing your excitement for it.
Dude, it sounds like the cover looks. It's like an old Uriah Heep album smashed into modern black metal. You know, it's fucking. They're amazing. I love these guys.
I love it. That sounds great.
Maybe when
It's a
you
great
tried to
descriptor.
introduce it to me, you know, after a Maryland Death Fest weekend when we were playing hockey at 3 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, wasn't the best time for me to try and get into it again. But
Give it a start,
again,
man.
I've said I have listened to it. I can't get over the non-English part of it.
Xenophobe.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to give you.
Is
a
that
pass
because
on
you
it. I
don't
think,
speak English, or
I love that and I said this before when you mentioned that. I love that that's the thing that holds you back for these guys. It's like we listen to a genre in which
You
like
can't understand a fucking
maybe,
word.
maybe a quarter of the bands involved in it are comprehensible.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So I guess Arantes Pazuzu won't be your number one.
I'm telling you, both me and
Dan, that was
Blood-
like literally the best thing you ever said.
Yes, that was
I think
good.
you're being generous when you said a quarter.
Buke's wife and I had this exact argument with her. That's what I told Buke. I was like, "But you can't understand what anybody says." And Stephanie was, "I know, right?" You know, but he couldn't buy into it.
Well,
So what
Here
is
it
your
is.
number one?
here we go. We know what mine is. Since I heard it, I said it was a masterpiece. Being a tech deaf guy that I am, George will say that he likes Alkaloid more, but I say, George, you're wrong.
Sorry, Alkaloid was the one that I missed last year.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
He probably missed this one this year. This is Obscura Arcosis. Amazing tech death. These guys are masters.
Buke, hats off to you for doing it too, because you were kind of waffling on this. You were like, "I don't know, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
This isn't a metal choice, but it is a metal choice. Stick to your guns, dude."
For what they do with each of their instruments, they're masters at it, and it's just as someone who doesn't even play anything, let alone
Fallopian tuba.
even speaks English well. I don't do anything exceedingly well in life.
Speak English or Buke.
Who just said fallopian tuba?
That should be on the back of our t-shirts.
So that's it. Obscura, the title track for this album, just blew me away. So
Right on.
that's awesome.
All right. Well,
Now, who knows if it'll stand, because Revocation has a new album coming out that
yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah,
albums
that could
coming out.
definitely unseat
There's
something.
a lot of stuff coming out.
All right. Well,
Can we talk about real quick about how Revocation abandoned their awesome ass logo on the cover of this new album?
that's a great point you bring up.
I'm predisposed not to like this thing because it's like, no, I want the logo. Where is it gone?
Yeah, that logo is you know what it is as soon as you see it.
yeah, but as soon as they saw our new logo, everybody dropped their logos and said ours aren't as good.
That's right.
That's a great point you fucking bring up.
All right.
Okay, George, I'm interested here.
Okay, so Buke can go ahead and get along with the forehead slapping. Let me just take him out of his misery. Number one, Throssenblot 3, Metathonia.
Are you serious?
Fucking dude.
We talked about this the other day, and you were like, you didn't seem to be super excited about it.
Okay, here's the deal. If you casually listen to this album, you will not reap any benefit from it. My second and third listens through, I sat down, I put on the headphones, I pulled up the massive lyric sheet.
I gave you, yes.
Yes, and I read through every lyric while listening to this album, and my head fucking exploded. This album is, it is fatiguing, to say the least. It is a bear to get through, particularly with the lyric sheet, because he rarely repeats lyrics. It is just a tome of lyrics. And I was having a mutual orgasm with my friend Josh on the phone yesterday talking about this album.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It's like, this album is celestial. It's like the fucking Orion's belt in Men in Black. It's this little thing hanging on the cat's
Below your belt.
collar. You're like, oh, look at that pretty thing. But then when you get up on it and you look at it, it's the fucking universe. If you don't read the lyrics, you're not going to get a quarter of what you could out of this album. The lyrics alone are worth the price of admission. And I was talking to John about this the other day, and I like to think I coined the term micro hook, because if you just listen to this casually, pretty much every song is going to sound almost exactly the same. You have to really pay close attention to hear all the teeny little hooks that he throws in there, and just like the philosophical, mind-blowing, I can't even describe it, that he puts in there with these lyrics. It's all about nature and the current society and how we're all hooked on our devices and electronics, and yet this electric age that we are in now is
Get off the Skype, guys. Get here.
it's only been like 100 years of technology compared to the millions of years of evolution and life. And I mean,
I can't explain this to you, but you just talked me out of ever listening to this record.
It's fucking mind blowing. It really is. I can't. It's going to take a dozen listens for me to fucking wrap my brain around this album.
Jay, just virtual high five.
It was beautiful.
Just virtual high five.
So Jay's number one is intact going through the air.
But it's mind blowing. That's all I got to say.
You have to be on George's plane to understand what's happening right now.
And that's why nobody is going to get this album, because nobody's going to pay any attention to the level of detail that it requires.
Franchise. If you were listening, this is your fault.
No, to be fair to, I said, since it was just a release so recent, I didn't feel it was fair to try and shoehorn it in.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'd have to read the lyrics, and honestly, I mean, I can't wrap my brain around the lyrics. I don't expect other people to as well.
Yeah, I'm going to really expect to get something special out of this one. So to reverse my...
Dan, when are you coming down again?
Screw you guys, I'm going home. This is my home. Y'all get the fuck out.
Everybody get the fuck out.
Dude. That was wonderful.
Okay. So...
Wait, are we done? So we wanted to do honorable mentions, but we wanted to save them until the end so that we weren't giving away anything on our list. So, Dan, did you have some honorable mentions you wanted to throw out?
Yeah, it's funny. I had some prepared, and then as y'all went through your lists, there were a couple others that I realized I had forgotten, so I added to them. I'll run through them real quick. I won't say anything. Destroyer 666 Wildfire, obviously fantastic. Gojira Magma. Might this be on my end of year list? Yes, it absolutely might be, but I didn't want to, as Buke said, I didn't want to shoehorn it in. It only just dropped yesterday. Goreguts, Pleiades Dust. I know it's just an EP. It's only a single 33 minutes long, but that's great. Tombs, another EP. I thought their EP was great. All Empires Fall. Beyond that, Cathelist, Lycus, Wormed, Nucleus, and Astronoid, actually. It just came out a couple weeks ago. Shout out to those guys for that. That was a great listen.
Did Neutrino not have Wormed on his list?
He did not. It could have been his 11.
Yeah, Wormed is a ton of fun. It's ridiculous, and you just get so hyped listening to it.
It is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
John.
All right, mine.
Oh, Dan, do we need to let you go now?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
What
should
time
we
is it?
probably-
3:30?
What do you
Yeah, I
think,
should
dude?
probably hop
Yeah,
off.
let's just say goodbyes to him before we move
guys,
on.
Thank you,
for-
sir. It was a
Hey,
pleasure
George,
to
you
see
want
you
to do
again.
a quick goodbye? So, before we get on with the rest of our honorable mentions, unfortunately, Dan has to hit the road now. Dan, you want to give a quick plug for all your stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I as has been mentioned before, I do the Nine Circles podcast every week. Drops on Mondays. Our blog is ninecircles.co. It's my co-host Corey and I, and a whole bunch of other just super talented, enthusiastic folks. So check that out. www.ninecircles.co. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure joining you guys, and thank you again for having me, and enjoy the rest of the episode, folks.
You're a good man, Dan.
Thanks for coming on.
All right, Dan.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming on,
guys.
Dan. Thanks for spending your day with us. I know you got a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah, seriously, great to see you again, dude.
Absolutely, it was a blast. Thank you guys for
And
having me.
Dan, thanks for saving our podcast too.
Yeah. Our viewership is going to go up wildly this week.
Oh, but yeah, it was great. It was great. I really appreciate you having me on, and hopefully we'll do this again soon.
We will, buddy.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Alrighty.
See you,
man.
buddy.
See ya.
Later, dudes.
So now we move on to John's honorable mention.
All right, mine's a combination of exhaustive listens. A lot has already been mentioned. So I'll just go through real quick. The Cobalt, Slow Forever, Graves at Sea, The Curse That Is, Bork Nagar, Winter Thrice, the Allfather, Bless the Earth with Fire. The Throssenblot, the Gojira. I didn't want to put those two on just because they came out. I want to give them more listens. So
Same with me. Yep.
But I can rest assured they'll probably be in the top 25. So a couple bands nobody's probably either listened to or knows. Maybe George knows one of them. I don't know. Oceans of Slumber, Winter.
Yep.
Obsidian Kingdom, The Year with No Summer.
Yep.
And then I have two more on my list that
What was that last one?
Obsidian Kingdom, Year with No Summer.
What is that like?
They're kind of a prog metal, atmospheric sludge metal kind of thing. And then two I can't mention because they have not officially dropped yet, but I can guarantee they'll be on my top 25. All right. Guarantee that.
Fates warning.
Forgive me for going back. Did Oak Pantheon make your list?
Number 2.
Yep. Will.
My honorable mentions, in no particular order, Wofat, Midnight Cometh, which Dan mentioned, and this was actually on my list, and then just sort of somehow got bumped off. I love it. Graves at Sea, The Curse That Is. I love the music. The vocals are a little harsh for me, and it's one of those things that I may be able to get past the vocals if I listen to it more. Ripper, Experiment of Existence. These guys are phenomenal thrash that remind me of old school Creator. I mean, they literally sounds like Creator Pleasure of the Flesh. It's.
I expected that to be on your list.
Yeah.
Yes, so did I.
And if I gave it more listens, it will probably make my year-end list. Like His Chasms, digging that a lot. I listened to that originally was on my list.
That's a great album.
Yeah,
I
and
like
it kind of got pushed off just because I didn't have a chance to really absorb it enough.
Same with me.
Entombed AD, Dead Dawn. Love it. It sounds like old school Entombed back to Clandestine, but the more I listen to it, I was like, it's not that complex. I kind of like it that's not complex, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of it, but still love it. Slaves BC, All Is Doth and I Am Nothing. Love these guys. Just didn't quite make the top 10, but it's phenomenal. Denouncement Pyre, Black Sun, Unbound.
It's not out yet.
I know.
Not that matters.
No.
You can put it on there. I was going to put stuff on there.
No. I know it's not out yet. That's why it's on the honorable mentions.
That's why I chose
may
not
make
to
it later.
do some. Yeah.
Order of Israfel, Red Robes, great band. I like the first album better, so I have to say it's still great. I'm just a little bit disappointed with this one compared to the last one. And last but not least, Prong, No Absolutes. If you listen to the first core of the album, if they release it as an EP, be the best EP of all time. The first 4 or 5 songs is just classic Prong, ripping to shreds, old school thrash. They go through a period in the middle of the album where it sort of slows down a lot. I'm like, this could easily be, Chevelle playing some of these songs.
What?
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I'm even saying these words, and then kind of picks up at the end a little bit and then kind of drops off again. So if they just released a few of those songs, it would have been a phenomenal album, but there's some strange, slow filler in there.
All right, Jay.
I got a pretty short list. Bork Nagar, which actually probably would probably be on my list instead of Vector if this was the year-end list. So that was probably the first one that would have been on the list without making it. I agree with Will, The Gruesome. It's an EP, which is why it didn't make my list, but I really like this one. I like the last one too. I thought the production was better on the first record, by the way. But it's still good.
But I will say, I think one of the reasons why it may have been on purpose because this album is supposed to be more like Scream Bloody Gore than Leprosy.
Yeah, so there you go.
The production was not as great.
But I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
And the Gorguts record, I agreed with Dan that deserves some attention this year. It's one song, 30 minutes, but it's really good. Now, I get into 3 records that have all been released in the past, but came out in nice reissues this year. One is the remaster of Scream Bloody Gore is fucking wicked, dude. It fixes all the problems of that record. It's so good. It's so good. And I've probably spun that 5 times in the last 3 days. And then likewise, you might find the remasters somewhat questionable on these 2 albums, but the deluxe packaging commemorative bullshit box set of Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning are amazing. They came with the coolest shit in them. They have these live shows in them that are fucking killer. Namely, there's this one at the Kabuki Theater from the Ride the Lightning tour.
Pukaki Theater?
The Pukaki Theater. And they were expensive and they were worth every fucking penny. That's my whole load. And that brings us to Bukes.
Amon Amarth, Dome's Viking. Doesn't stick with me as much as with Odin on Earth's Side, but still a couple songs on there I really like.
I have to say, I was surprised. I thought this was going to be on a couple people's lists, and it really wasn't.
Was on
You know what I
anyone's.
think?
The lists
Will?
were
I
just
think
too
this-
short.
Yeah.
They are, but I think this is going to be on a lot of honorable mention lists this year. That's what I think. Yeah.
I just think with these guys, while it's not bad, it's
Accessible?
the same. It's very accessible.
Yeah,
it's the same. With Odin on Our Side, it's my peak, and ever since then, not that they've been going downhill, it's just been the same.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them a lot. That song,
Raise your horns.
yeah, some of those songs on are some of my
First
favorites.
Kill.
Yeah, First Kill. They're some of my favorite songs of the year. The Grand Magus is a great return to me for them. Sword songs. The Aborted Retro Gore album. Will mentioned Ripper, Experiment of Existence. Thing about that album, just like with the Vector, it's a thrash band, I think, taking it up a notch. That's what I like about that album a lot. The Wilderness King just missed my list. In fact, it was on there and it came off. And my hidden gem is a band called Nightkin, all one word, Nightkin, K-I-N. Oath of Eludication. Eludication?
Sure. That sounds right.
It's a Black and Death band, though.
Awesome. I've got a bunch of them. I didn't write down any album titles, which is probably good because there's a bunch of them. Most of them have been mentioned in some form or other, so you can figure it out. The Caveller Talk, The
Yeah,
Dark
George.
Funeral, Palace of Worms. I know their album's called The Ladder. That one hasn't been mentioned yet. Fucking great album, black metal. If you like Migwa and stuff like that, check out Palace
That's
of
in
Worms.
the box, right?
Yeah, I believe it is. If it's not, let me know. Pile of Priests, of course.
Wait, that came out last year, though.
I thought so too, George.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Because that would have been
last year.
way on my list. if
Yeah.
it came
Oh,
out.
it
would've
was
been
on your
my
list.
list.
Okay, yep, sorry.
It would have been on my list.
Yes.
Ah, fuck
Pile of
me!
Priests.
Oh,
just-
wait. Oh, man. You just pulled a Galen and a Trino.
I neutrinoed myself. Oh, all right. Well, anyway, listen to it anyway.
No, it's a phenomenal album, and it absolutely would have been on my top 10 had it come out this year.
Yeah, all right. I guess we talked to them this year, but yeah, anyway. Also, the Abath album, the new Sour Vein album, which Aquatic something or other, I forget what it's called. This one isn't out yet, but it's the new Bellacore.
Oh, that is good.
That is good. Also mentioned Perihelion Ship, Seven Sisters of Sleep, Ezekiel's Hags, I believe that one is. The new Amon Amarth, Vreedhammer from my buddy Jay. Winter Horde, which should have been on the list somewhere. Wayfarer, which should have been on the list somewhere. Nails, and finally Mantar, which was on the list, but which got bumped off by Slice the Cake.
Vuk, I was surprised you didn't have that cough record on there. I thought you were really digging the shit out of that.
It kind of sucks, doesn't it?
It's not that. It just, when I went back and listened to it, the points that George made, it just kind of...
It's not very organized.
It just goes on and
Yeah,
on.
actually, you know
it's
what? I
not
was
as good as the
surprised.
last one. Just kind of like
I saw you listening to it yesterday, Jay.
Well, I was surprised you liked it because it reminds me more than any other band of Electric Wizard, who
And,
I know you're not a big fan of.
Cough was actually on my top 10 for a little while, and then it
Got
just got
knocked off.
bumped off, and then I didn't even, at the end, I didn't even put it in my honorable mentions. But yes, exactly. It reminds me a lot of Electric Wizard, which I do like Electric Wizard in some points during their career.
You do got to reach into the bucket. Yeah, they're not consistently great, but cool. Wow, well that was fun, man. So can we just
there
do
we
our
go.
number ones again real quick? Let's see. I had Galartak, Bukes was Obscura, Will was fucking Gojira. Wow.
Yeah.
John's was Arensi Pazuzu, and George was Throssenblatt.
Yep.
Wow, I did that all from memory.
Damn, dude.
pretty good for an old guy.
Pretty good for an old
I have
guy.
to say, so if you're listening to this podcast, you obviously can't see the video of Jay with his old man glasses, which during half the podcast was pulled down halfway down his nose as he's trying to look at the screen. And there was literally about 5 minutes ago, there was this 20-second yawn.
Oh man,
And it's only it's 3:45 here in the afternoon.
Which means it's just after 12 in California.
You're yawning your ass off.
Well, you know what it is. I got up at I think I set the alarm for 7:30 because I knew we were getting on at 9.
Get ready for the pod.
I had 1 cup of coffee, nothing to eat, and I've been sitting on the couch ever since. So
Okay, well, you guys want to do a final fill up and knock out the rest of this pod?
I think we got one
Yep.
more
One or two,
very
maybe, yep.
appropriate beer to
Yep.
drink, and then
We'll do what we're listening to, some classics, and we'll finish out.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
All right.
I need to make quick amends, fellas, because I just gave the summary of our number ones, and I didn't include Dan's number one, which was the Aransi Pazuzu.
Yeah.
And again, thank you
fine.
for joining us, Dan.
Yeah, apologize to him. Out of sight, out of mind, I guess.
All right, let's move on to what we're listening to. Start with John.
I'll keep it real simple. Everything you heard me mention in the top 10 and the honorable mentions, I've been listening to all week. So we'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of us have.
Well, all right, Will.
Kind of the same. I'll run through them real quick. What we listened to: Gojira Magma, Vela Panath, number 2. Sounds like progressive death metal. DRI put out a little EP, but wait, there's more. Sounds like DRI. It's also it's awesome. Phobocosm, Bringer of Drought. Bellacore, Vessels, which if I had more time on that, it could have made my list. Another one I bought, and this is a Bukkake. I'm going to Bukkake this one. It's Zirakili.
You guys are the best.
Zirak Zigil, World Builder. The Hollow Catharsis, which is a band up in Vancouver, British Columbia, and the drummer in the band is Kevin Ems, who is a brewer up in the area. Metal brewer like myself. Graves at Sea, which almost made my list, but the vocals. The new Monolord single, Lord of Suffering, love it. And when this, and John and I, if you guys know any better, John and I were talking about this. Is there a new album, a full-length album coming out?
I think there may be. But the thing is, when I had Monolord on, what was it, last year? Or was it 2 years ago?
Last year.
Nobody was with me on that.
No, I liked it. It just, for whatever reasons, fell off my list. I don't know why. I
You
like
talking about Veneer?
Veneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Vanier.
I think
I
we
was-
all were.
I was
think
alone
you got a
on
lot.
that.
No, but you got a lot of like positive nods.
Yeah.
It wasn't anybody's list. Yeah.
No, it was
Now, you say an album that's not mixed right. You mentioned the In Mourning.
Yeah.
The Monolord, I think the vocals
I
are
agree.
not mixed well.
I agree.
exactly. And this is what John and I were talking about literally on the way up here, is that on I Loved Empress Rising, it was phenomenal. Veneer,
Vanier.
Vanier.
Yeah.
The vocals were so buried, it was not mixed well. But on the Lord of Suffering single that came out, it's back to the mixing style of Empress Rising, and it's
Excellent.
awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
If they stay with that whole thing throughout, if it is an album or
Yeah,
whether
we don't
it's
know
Yeah.
what it, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we don't know what.
In Mourning, Afterglow, Wokan, Souls to Decay, which came out a couple years ago, but Suicide, which I think Rick, one of the listeners, Twitter guys,
Yep.
told me about.
Yep.
Severing the Mortal Core, the guys from Australia. Denouncement of Pyre, Black Sun Unbound, Cough, Still They Pray, and that's it.
Jay.
And by the way, they will all be my purchases or what I'm listening to, so I'll skip that whole segment.
All right. Jay.
I just picked up a doom metal record that I am enjoying, but I'm not going to freak out about it. It's called Heave Blood and Die. Pretty good. Caveller Talk. Listen to all 3 records. The Death, Scream Bloody Gore issue is real heavy. That was so close to my heart as a kid, so it's fun to have that back and like feeling alive. A kind of doom stoner band from on a local label, but I don't know if they're a local band, called Gozu, Gozu. They're sort of like a heavier Queens of the Stone Age.
I actually put that in my wish list to re-listen to again on iTunes.
It's pretty good, dude. It's
Just
pretty
came
good.
out, right?
Just came out, and it really reminds me of like a good Queens of the Stone Age. I don't know what you guys think of them, but it's a much more We Are a Metal Band, Queens of the Stone Age. I've been listening to the Gruesome EP because I only just got that, and that's it.
All right, Buke.
Album came out earlier in the year. Classic, little tongue-in-cheek with the lyrics, and they know it too. But this is a band by the name of Cauldron, and their album In Ruin.
They're like one of those retro bands. Yeah.
Retro band's really clean. You know, it sounds like new wave of British heavy metal, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a really fun listen.
Haven't listened. Heard of it. Haven't
Yeah,
listened.
really fun listen.
I like those guys.
Yeah, so that's what I've been listening to.
All right.
Aside, just like John and you guys all said, from the stuff on our list.
Now, the real reason that Dan left is because he knew about my list.
Oh boy.
God, here we go.
Last episode, I had nothing, so you got off easy. But
Wait. Let's cue up Dope Smoker.
it's been a busy couple of weeks for me. I've got 26 for you.
Wait. Let me cue up Dope Smoker so we can do this properly.
All right.
Wow.
I'm gonna move through this quickly though. All right. Al Namrud and Diaji Al Lur. They're a Saudi Arabian band that risks their life to make music. because of the content matter and just the fact that they're a metal band in general in an Islamic country, or at least this Islamic country. They could be arrested and executed for making this music, and it is some pretty cool music. So check it out. I got the okay. Fuck you. Just fuck you. All right. Next up, Alaric, End of Mirrors. After that, Ashbringer, Yugen, or as I like to think of it as Yugen, like in, was that Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Yugen.
Sorry.
Next up, Funeral Moth and Transients. This is a Funeral Doom album, which I haven't heard too many of those this year. I don't know if there haven't been that many or I just haven't been listening, but it's actually a pretty cool album. Another one, Gavura, and their album Hallelujah. You're just going to have to check these out because I'm not going to stop and tell you what they are, but Gevurah is how you spell that band. Of course, the Gojira album. Then we've got an instrumental album by the band If These Trees Could Talk, the album The Bones of a Dying World. I finally picked up the John Carpenter Lost Themes 2 album. There's a Death Doom band called The Morning Side and their album Yellow. Another one called Muscle and Marrow and their album Love. It's a little more, a little less metal, a little more, I don't know, just listen to it. After that, one that I heard these guys a long time ago, and I was on the fence about them, but then I was cruising through John's Bandcamp list the other day, and I decided I was going to pull the trigger. So I finally picked up Oubliette and Apparitions. Another Bandcamp purchase, a band called Rising and Oceans Into Their Graves. It's a pretty cool album. This is one that I considered for my list, but did not include, a band called Sarcoptes and Songs and Dances of Death. It's kind of a like early Slayer meets like Creator kind of thrashy kind of thing. It's pretty cool. Next we have Sojourner and Empires of Ash.
Can I stop you there? I forgot to include them on my honorable mentions. Thank you.
There you go.
I do appreciate the fact that you put these in alphabetical order so we know when you're getting to the end.
Yes. Still only about halfway, though. The next two are from the same band. It's a band called Spell, and I picked up their first album called The Full Moon Sessions and their second album called For None and All. It's kind of a retro, doomy kind of thing. It's cool. Next one is one of John's spotlights and title. Next is one that's not even metal. I actually read about this in I think it was like Decibel magazine or something. The singer dude from Catatonia, he mentioned this singer. Her name is Stina Nordenstam, and she's like a singer-songwriter from Sweden, and she's got this really like sweet and relaxing voice, and I used this to calm me down on the airplane down to Orlando, and it's kind of cool. Next up, Sumac, What One Becomes. This next one I really want to put in a little more time with. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but it sounds really cool. It's a Finnish band called Vainaja or Naya. There's a J in there.
Spell it.
Vainaja. And the album is also similarly difficult. Veren Valaja. Verenvalaja. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Next is a melodic black metal band from France called Vindland and their album Hanter Savet. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it's in French, so Buke, don't bother.
Yeah.
Next up, The Vision Bleak and their latest album, The Unknown. Very cool. Make sure you check those guys out. Next one, I'll catch hell for, but I fucking like it. It's the new Volbeat, Seal the Deal, and Let's Boogie.
And you got on him for his, what was that hard rock group that he mentioned earlier?
Clutch?
No.
I don't think it was. Okay, only three more. Wayfarer, Old Souls, We Lost the Sea, and Departure Songs, their instrumental album, though they are not necessarily an instrumental band.
That's only because the guy died, right?
I wasn't aware of the reason.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And then finally, Wilderness King, Mystical Future. Let's move on to our classic album.
Before we move on to
Let's
that,
not move on to our classic album.
our last drink of the night.
Our last one.
Yep. What are we drinking before we move on to?
We are drinking Danish Metal Imperial Stout. So this is a collaboration between Amager
and Lars Ulrich's Ars.
Which is in Denmark, and it's a collaboration beer with Jester King, I believe, which is down in Austin, Texas.
Jester King put out a series of beers. One was called Thrash Metal. One was called Viking Metal. Some of these are in the book, in the Bible. Sorry, and Thrash Metal is one that John and I did not have, but we had Viking Metal. They have black metal. They have Gotlandstricka, which is sort of like, well, it's in the book, but I don't know if it's a really metal beer. It's old school Icelandic or Greenland.
It's in the book. It's a metal beer.
Yeah. So now they did a Danish metal one, which is obviously an ode to their collaboration beer with the guys in Ommegang in Denmark. So it's an Imperial Stout. I've never had this before. I bought 2 bottles and spent a lot of money to get these. So gentlemen, enjoy, and I'm hoping that at some point that I will be reviewing this for the Brewheads column for the website.
hope so.
Because I am extremely far behind.
And please keep it up. Your Brewhead stuff is amazing.
Thank you.
All right, now let's move on to our classic.
Yep.
album.
Now let's move on to our classic.
And we'll start with John.
All right, real fast. Trouble, The Skull, 1985 album.
Booyah!
Oh, nice.
That is a great album. That's a great pick.
And if you don't know, the drummer for Trouble
Is a brewer.
Oli is a brewer.
Is he really?
He is a brewer up at Allagash. And he had to leave. So the new band, The Skull, he had to leave them because he got a promotion at Allagash.
Oh.
Damn beer.
It's high baseball, man.
All right, Will, classic.
My classic album, this is going to be so obscure. It's going to be obscura. Dominance.
Say what?
Exactly. I gotta find it on my page here, but anyway, the Dominance is a band. It's a thrash metal band, way back in the way back machine. From Philadelphia, and then name of the album is Resurrected. These guys, I swear to God, every time I saw a show at the Trocadero, Philadelphia, they were the opening band, and they were phenomenal. And you could actually find them on iTunes. I don't know about Bandcamp. You can find them on iTunes. And these guys were one of the first bands that I remember that were actually using sample drops in the actual music. It is phenomenal, great old school thrash. Dominance, Resurrected, and they had a great. Probably their best song was it was about Gary Heidnik. Remember Gary Heidnik was a serial killer, crazy motherfucker up in Philadelphia who used to kidnap and torture and rape and sexually abuse women and kept them in his basement in Philadelphia. And it was called The House of Horrors. And they wrote a song about it, which is one of their most famous songs about the horrific things that this guy did. I mean, this guy was nuts. And it was one of those things that if you read back in the history of Gary Heidnik, he should have been he's been like arrested a million times before he did all this stuff. And if just somehow the justice system worked a little bit better, the guy would have been put in jail a long time ago and never did any of this stuff. But anyway, Dominance was the band that wrote, sung, composed, whatever about this guy. And yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check it out.
Check it out. It's awesome.
Jay.
Mine is one that I wonder if you must know this, George, but you'll probably be the only one who knows. Maybe
Because I'm so smart and beautiful.
Essentially, yes.
Oh, well, let's not get carried away. You are beautiful, but you ain't smart.
Old school thrash band from Chicago, Illinois. This was a record I loved back in the day. I haven't listened to it in years, and I'll probably pronounce it wrong, but it's spelled Zeotrope. Remember Zeotrope, George? Yeah. First record was called Amnesty, and I was really into that record when it came out. I never bought any of the other records. They did a few others. I remember a couple of tracks on there, in particular, the lead-off track is called Indecent Obsession. I was really into these guys and Hallows Eve at the same time. Hallows Eve had a couple of different runs.
Tales of Terror and such.
So you might see if you can find it. A little hard to find out there, but it's one worth listening to. Zeotrope Amnesty.
Yeah, I always thought that was funny because it was like one of those directors, like Coppola or something. His production company was like Zoetrope.
Exactly.
Something like that. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a metal band.
Exactly, yeah.
Right on. Buke.
My classic is a fun album as we sit here in the studio with Manowar on the wall.
Fun, yeah.
Manowar Fighting the World.
Fighting the world.
To me, that was their
Manowar
last
albums.
truly good one, honestly.
No, Warriors of the World was the last good one.
But there's some Defenders on that one. That's great. Black Wind, Fire and Steel.
Which is the song right there.
And I think Carry On is a really good song.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have to say, now that I'm looking around, like, literally there's three giant things of Manowar in this room.
Yeah.
You would think they were George's favorite band by being in that room.
You would think.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not lately.
Awesome plot.
Yeah.
Got a classic
I've got
Forest
a
Church?
Woods of Ypres. I've got a Woods of Ypres shrine though. Bunch of autographed stuff. I have David Gold's home address.
Oh, his,
Not that he has a home anymore.
his home address is 6 feet underground now.
Yeah.
No, it's scattered in the
Forest lawn.
tree. Yeah. Anyway, my classic album from 1995, Nightingale, The Breathing Shadow.
All right.
Some Svanu there. The very first instance of Nightfall Overture before the album of the
Yep.
same name.
Okay, deep tracks.
Nope, vinyl.
Oh, vinyl. Sorry.
Vinyl purchases.
Keep it real short.
Yeah, I have.
So at Death Fest, I was kind of bitching that I wanted to buy something but didn't because I was afraid being in a hot car and I didn't want to carry it. I don't want
Vinyl
the
dies on hot cars.
Yes. So I ended up purchasing the first 3 Death albums, all the relapse reissues. So Scream, Bloody Gore, Leprosy, Spiritual Healing, got them all on vinyl, and then the Gojira Magna.
Right on. And Will, you said you already did your purchases.
Yeah, so basically everything I just mentioned in my what am I listening to are my purchases. So skip me.
All right. Jay?
Cool. I got both of the latest 2 Cavalry Talk albums, and I got my Vector showed up. I don't know why it was long delayed, but it was. I got my Vector album in the mail. And I forgot to mention last time, which just seems unkind to me, but when I was at George's house, he had gone through and pulled out a lot of his doubles. So while these did not represent purchases to me, and I'm not even going to say them all because I didn't write them down, he gave me like the Fastway record, which I was really glad to have. I didn't have that on LP.
Fastway, which one?
The first one. Yeah, that's the good one. You know what? Pete Way's not even on that, though, is he?
His name is, I think, and that's about it.
His picture's not even on
No.
it, which I don't think I'd ever...
He had
I
left
only ever
before
had-
they finished the album, I think.
Was he? Okay. I only ever had the cassette. I never had the LP, so that was very nice of George to give me that. He gave me the Grim Reaper See You in Hell album, or the Winter Long by God Macabre, and I apologize, there's a couple others, but just really this was my chance to say, hey, George, thanks for giving me those because they went straight out of my Discogs and in my collection.
Right on.
And that's it. That was the extent of my purchase, was the first 3.
Buke?
Only thing I bought recently is the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw that. That's a
I
great
love
one.
it.
I've
The
got that.
awesome mix,
Fucking
Volume
love that
1.
movie.
Yeah, I've got
love
that too.
it.
I can't wait for the second movie in Awesome Mix Volume 2 because those are all great songs.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. All right, I've only got a couple myself. Unfortunately, I pre-ordered The Cough, Still They Pray, but then I heard it and I was like, oops.
I'll take it off your hands.
That's okay. I also got Dark Funerals, Where Shadows Forever Reign, the Gojira Magma, and the reissue of Ulver's Kveldsanger. That's it.
You got Magma on vinyl?
Yep.
I guess those were all vinyl, obviously. but-
Yes. And Deep Tracks. John?
All right, I had originally picked one song and I threw it out because I listened to this song. And the reason why is I feel that this song should be known by every fan that's a fan of Priest, but I don't think most people know this one or don't listen to it. And it's off the Stained Class album. It's the song Saints in Hell. To me, is one of the best songs they've ever done from what I think is their best album. So
That's my favorite Priest album. That's my very favorite.
from
One of the best.
top
So
to
good.
bottom, I think it's the best album they've ever done.
Yeah,
So
me too. And I think it's one of the first. They were doing some other stuff, but it's one of the first truly real heavy metal albums in my mind.
probably the first time you started to hear the quote-unquote speed metal sound.
Yeah.
They weren't the inventors, but they were the ones who probably threw it out there the biggest
Yeah,
at the time.
that's a great choice.
Cool. Will? Deep Track?
My deep track. I'm not sure how deep of a track this is, but probably to most of our listening audience, it is. Evelyn by Entombed on the album Clandestine. The reason why this has a special place in my heart is my daughter's name is Evelyn, and sometimes when she's 5 now, 5.5, and sometimes she's not. She's more like 5 going on 16, and I really want to just nickname her Evelyn sometimes. But it is a great song. I think it's like the 3rd track off Clandestine. But Evelyn, check it out.
Right on.
Cool. Mine is off of Diary of a Madman. I always kind of generic. And I don't think I've ever said this one before, but as near as I can tell, this song's about a serial killer, and it's called Little Dolls.
Oh, absolutely love that album, and I love that song.
It's such a good song. It's almost Beatlesy in places, or something, like the chorus and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's such a good song.
Didn't
And I had
Slayer on World Painted Blood had a song called something doll, paper doll, not paper dolls. What was the name of the dolls? Something.
World
And it was,
Painted Dolls.
no. But it was basically about somebody,
I can tell you.
like serial killer or some sort of thing.
This one is weird though. I mean, as far as like it being about, I don't have World Painted Blood on here for some reason. you wouldn't. It sneaks up on you. You don't realize how negative a song it is because of just how not negative it is in the musical sense. But anyway, it's a great song, and people should really know that one.
Right on. Buke.
From Man of War again, the power of thy sword. I have to mention my favorite.
Is it shing or swing?
Yeah.
My favorite lyrics at the end of this. Fierce is my blade, fierce is my hate, born to die in battle. I laugh at my fate, now pay in blood when your blood has been spilled. You're never forgiven. Death is fulfilled.
Yes. That's such a good song.
Hey, do you guys like Manowar?
That reminds
Do
me.
you guys like Flock of Seagulls?
When Buke and when I was over at Buke's house, we were listening to, we had to do it once together, so we listened to I Am a Viking and by Yngwie, and we were both reminded of our,
naked to that song.
essentially, but we both have a mutual favorite lyric in that song, which is,
Loincloth,
you
optional.
are a loser, and it's such a shame that you're a fool and you don't know. What a great lyric. Incidentally, I want to start a new intermittent thing that we do, George and Buke. I think George would have a little more success with it, where I will maybe pull out just 2 or 3 or maybe
Well, no,
4
don't pull out because they want to get pregnant.
per episode, just real succinct little phrases from lyrics and knowable songs, and see if you can get them.
That sounds fun. John had some ideas too, and I've been meaning to bring it up to the group. One of them was Desert Island albums or songs.
Yeah,
or...
like Jay, do you remember the Tower Records magazine?
Yeah, definitely.
Remember they used to do the Desert Island discs in the back?
Yeah.
And I give a shit what was in the rest of it. I just wanted to read what people had. So like your own personal Hall of Fame, and we all can come up with a Hall of Fame of albums. I think on the drive up, George and I came up with 5 or 6 that we all agreed on. So these would be our own personal Hall of Fames.
Yeah, I used to have a Hall of Fame on the website where it was my way of differentiating new reviews from reviews that I wanted to write about older albums. But ultimately, I didn't write enough of them, and so I just sort of merged them into the regular reviews and got rid of it. But I think it's a good idea.
And we could do one of our own or whoever's on that day, and then a group one where everyone agrees.
I would love to do that because classic album is fun to do, but I always feel little limited by that time stretch. And there are records by bands I've never mentioned on here that I would love to quote unquote recommend to people.
And that's exactly the point. The point would be that it doesn't have to have a time frame. It could be something that was released last week.
Maybe
we all agree that this is an album that's phenomenal and it will stand the test of time.
There you go.
It's in the Hall of Fame.
Maybe we should change classic album to personal recommendations.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of scraping
Yeah,
the bottom
we're
of the barrel
scraping
for
the bottom.
classic albums
Just
at
to
this point.
match some year thing, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we
could
just be
always-
like, my personal recommendation for this week is blah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
really good.
if you don't own Live Evil, you really fucking should, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Well,
I
let's
think
do
that sounds
that
great.
moving forward, and these other ideas as well. I think we just remind me because I've got so
I
much
will.
going on. I'll forget by next episode.
Yeah, I'll remind you, and I think what we should do is on the Hall of Fame. This is just a suggestion, John. Is when somebody has one that they want to suggest gets put in the quote unquote Hall of Fame, we could discuss it, and then we could do it that episode, and we could all bring in one that we want to put in. And maybe we could have-
Agreed. Yeah.
But we
How
maybe
about-
do it every so often.
How
So
about
debate it on the air.
how about we each bring one in and then we vote to see which one goes
I
in.
like that.
Could do that too.
Yeah,
And so
I could be
only
down
one
for that.
goes in.
5 enter.
5 enter, one leaves.
Because everyone knows that if we had to pick a group real quick, like the First Sabbath, Master of Puppets, Rain and Blood, Number of Beasts, they're automatics. They're going to go in no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then do we have a rule of it's been nominated once, it has to wait X number of episodes before it can
No.
be nominated again?
No.
Because I think it would be funny for one of us to just be fucking dogged about bringing one back a million
Every
times to
week
get
it's
it in, yeah.
fucking
God damn it, Blackwater Park is going in whether you like it or not.
No, let's do it, dude. I like this one a lot.
Okay.
I think that'd be
All
really
right.
cool. And then we could have that feature on the website too, George. We could compile the Metalheads podcast Hall of Fame.
Yeah, cool. Is it my deep track or did you use?
I did remember the Man of War?
Yes, Manowar. Okay, thank you. All right, my deep track. I don't even know what frickin' album this is from. I just heard it on the radio yesterday, and I looked it up, and I couldn't find where it was released. So maybe it was a soundtrack or a B-side. I don't know. But this is by Gojira, and It came out around the time of From Mars to Sirius. It is a cover of Metallica's Escape. If anybody knows where the hell it's not on any of the albums.
It's
not on the link or
Metallica-
anything?
It's on a Metallica tribute record. I'm 90% sure. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I Googled it. I couldn't. I saw mention of it that it came out around the time in around 2006, but I couldn't figure out what it was. But I heard it on the radio when I was in the car yesterday, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like, I mean, Metallica's Escape was my first deep track
Yeah.
because it's a song I love that never gets enough love because the band hates it.
Which song was it though, George? It was
Escape.
Oh,
Wait,
was it?
is that the
From-
song
from Ride
that
the
they
Lightning?
refused to play?
Yeah, from Ride the Lightning. And it's one of my favorite songs because the lyrics are so like personally empowering. And Gojira just did an amazing version of it.
I'm almost positive. But anyway, yeah, cool.
I'm very positive I've never heard that.
Well, you should, especially since it's from the era of the band that you like.
I do like Gojira from Mars to Sirius time frame.
Yeah.
They're by far their best album.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we are getting ready to wrap it up finally. It's been a little over 4 hours on our end. We'll see what it edits down to on your end.
Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of editing.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably going to be about 3.5 hours. But
No,
we'll
probably
see.
like an hour and a half after you get done editing.
Probably.
The usable stuff. Yeah.
If you just take the laughing out alone.
Yeah. But, alrighty, so before we go, make sure to check us out on SoundCloud. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. I am Disciple OV Metal.
I'm at Opeth Fan. At Catatonic J.
At Catatonic J. Sorry, boys. I was waiting for John to go.
At Brew Metal Will.
At White Cluster 69.
69. We're also on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Stitcher. And you can find us at wearemetalheads.com. Also, make sure and look us up individually on Bandcamp.
Are we all this? It's like my Twitter name, Brew Metal Will, is my Bandcamp name. It's like my Spotify name. It's my everything, my email name. So email me, brewmetalwill@gmail.com.
Yeah, same for
is
me.
everyone?
Yeah, I don't even know. I think I am.
Yeah, you may see a John X with mine, but every address has White Cluster 69.
Yes.
I am. Who knows? I am Metalheads Podcast George.
There you go.
Yeah. If you look that up, you'll find me. So, all right. That is it for this week. We will talk to you next time.
It was a real fun one, gentlemen. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's great to be in studio.
Yeah,
I love this.
This is my highlight every year. This and the year end,
Yep.
my highlight.
Start prepping now.
Start prepping.
Start prepping now.
And thanks again, Dan, for coming on. We'll talk to you later.
Later.